Well, hello, my beautiful gemstones. Did I catch y'all doing anything? Huh? Tried to sneak up on you there. Welcome to Friday Night's Live Intuitive Oracle with myself and Ghostdragonzw. It is so good to see so many of you in here already. I'm really happy to be here, guys. It's been a long week, a fun week with my little guy, but I do wish I can get some more work done. I'm doing the best I can, as I keep saying, to bring you guys short form content. Stop it, TikToks. It's Ghost Dragons in the background. And I do have a script that I'm going to film Sunday and have at least one video out per week, but it'll be on Thursdays. And this is only for the summer. So come September, actually, I think it's September 3rd, my little guy goes back to school. So I'll be back to regularly scheduled 2 uploads on Monday, content every day. I'm just struggling now. And I really am appreciative of all you guys sticking with me and supporting me in that way. So Ghost Dragons is here. Mama Cindy Lee, Jim's camera at dawn. Welcome, welcome. Blue Crossroads. I'm glad you saw the notice, Jim. I did share it out. I did remember this time because I know a lot of people come in late because they don't realize that we're streaming, especially with the brokenness of my schedule right now. I think a lot of people don't realize I'm still doing this stream. This stream is not going anywhere. Blue Crossroads is back in the chat tonight. I am loving it. My Nomeo, a donut a day keeps the cops away. No cop, no stop. No cop, no stop. Mark Hall said, I hope you are well. Jared, crazy Indian first. No, really. I believe you. I believe you. Slow motion. Good evening. So if anyone needs to leave for any reason and you don't think you're going to be coming back, let myself and or Ghostdragonzw know. And we'll try to squeeze you in if you want a reading the best that we can. Also, while I'm channeling, while I'm reading, while I'm talking and rambling and addressing people and doing what I'm doing, a lot of the times I can't sit and read the chat. So if you're saying something to me and I'm not responding, I'm not ignoring you. I don't see it. So a lot of the time I do have to go back and look, or just let Ghostdragonzw know. If it's something really important, just put it in all caps. Salvador, what is up? John P. Adventures, much love, right back at you. And Edna. Slow motion. Both my grandparents, both sets of grandparents, like my dad is one of 8 and my mom is one of 11, although my dad does have some step siblings, which I believe makes him one of 11 as well. I don't get it either. I have several children, but I only have one that is young and in the house under the age of 18. So I did get lucky there. All right, let me bring in the Ghost Dragon and then we will get started. I haven't gotten any new decks. I did go to East Meets West yesterday to see if they had any new ones, but it seems as though they went up in price. And if y'all know that store, it's crazy as it is. A tumble crystal about this big that you can get for like $2 is like $12 at East Meets West. They're super duper expensive. So their decks went up like $8 to $10 per deck. So I'd rather just order them on Amazon, but I haven't had a new one in quite a while. I think since March. So I'll try to pick one up. Guys, remember, if you can donate at all, please do. I've got a lot to do financially this month, and I'm really struggling like everyone else is. I still don't have another writing contract, even though I am out there with my resume trying to get a ghostwriting contract and do as much work as I possibly can. I'm still the head writer for Missing Persons Mysteries, doing what I can for them as well. So donations to PayPal, Cash App, and Super Chat, Super Stickers. But just know if you donate through YouTube, they do take 49%, and I won't see that money until July 21st. So, all right, Roger Blair, what is up? Yes, be sure to hit the like button, share with your friends, and let's get started. Boom.
Boom. Hello, everybody. How are you today? I'm not going to take a half hour saying hi because I was told I took a half hour to say goodbye.
That.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Mark and everybody. I want to say hello to Soto because sometimes I don't get to always say hi to him. So, hello, sir. And I'll say the rest of my hellos to all you lovely people when I call names.
Blue Crossroads, I love that for you. He says, I'm all moved in 3 blocks from the beach, taking a month off to learn the area. So far, enjoying it. I'm so happy to hear that. That reminds me of like the opposite of what you said. I am so happy for you. I love when you send me photos and just that you're embracing this new experience, like just allowing the universe to lead you basically. And that's something that you and I have talked about a lot, like with readings and just personally in our interactions. And I'm super duper proud of you. I'm excited for you. And the opposite of that, guys, if you come to me and show me a picture of somebody, and this is not about one specific person, this has been happening basically my entire career. So I'm just getting kind of tired of it happening. So I'm going to address it really, really quickly. Night, John P. Life with Bobby. What's up? Green Witches. Oh, I don't think I have that one yet, but it is on my wish list. So if you send me a picture of somebody, or if you give me information about somebody and you ask me to look into their energy and see what they're about, if you're going to not believe me or get mad with me for the information I give you, don't ask, okay? First of all, I shouldn't even be doing that kind of stuff for free because it is my job. And again, this is not, someone asked me to do this today, and this didn't happen with that person. So I'm not talking about the person that asked me today. I'm just talking about in general. If you guys are going to come to me for energetic, readings and things like that, and I do it for you, especially if it's just like a quick thing and it's not like an actual interaction between us, where like, we're doing the hour-long thing, and when you're just like, hey, Gems, can you look at this person's energy and tell me what you see? If y'all aren't going to trust me enough to believe me when I have nothing to gain or lose, then why bother asking? And it's frustrating because I've seen at least 6 people now not believe me and go do what they wanted to do with the other person anyway, and they ended up hurt. Do you know what I mean? So don't shoot the messenger, I guess, basically. Melissa, Nicole, what is up? All right, let's just get started. Who is first?
Mama Lee. Miss Cindy.
All right,
She's here, right? Cindy, you're here, right? Cindy, are you here? I don't want her to do you if you're not here, sweetie. Hi, Scott M. Are you
Scott
new?
M, what's up? Never ask what you don't want to know. Or if you still have, wishful thinking going on about the person, then you can have that. But don't take it out on me if I come to you with what you would consider bad news. I really don't have anything to gain by hurting you guys, by telling you this information.
Why don't you go ahead and do Jim, and we'll put Cindy on hold until she pops back in.
Yeah, she'll be back in. I'm sure she'd rather be here.
She may be at the hospital too. So
Jim's camera at dawn. I'm using the Halloween deck. Retro. Hey, yes, finally. I'm loving it. Scott, good to see you. I like your profile picture. Jim, you got the cauldron, synergy, and healing. Where all things come together under pressure, flowful synergy, a new thing is created, a crucible of infinity. A typical depiction of a witch sees her standing over a boiling cauldron, slowly stirring the bubbling and mysterious contents. As she stirs the enormous metal pot over the raw flames, she cackles and incants commands to all the elements, transforming the contents into something magical. Cauldrons were commonly used in ancient and medieval times for everything from the nightly meal to the making of medicines. This quote-unquote family crucible was usually placed within the hearth of the home, making it an essential part of the gathering of family. Much healing and nourishment came from the cauldron. Should you receive the cauldron card, Jim, it indicates the importance of combining a variety of techniques or elements to get the best end result. Do not put all your eggs in one basket. Refuse to choose just a single rigid pathway when a variety of ways are there to be enjoyed and to be experienced. Yeah, and I'm so with you, girl. You can find your own ways to create something new. The cauldron is a deeply transformational tool Things change once they are put under pressure. Resilience is being cultivated over time, and this means that you'll be able to withstand any negative pressure much more healthily from the inside out. So, yeah. Jim, I do feel like you could be feeling like you're being pulled in many different directions in the next few weeks. But the fact is, you're pulling yourself in these different directions with procrastination. And I'm getting a sense of like there are several right ways to do something, right? In this instance, and whatever it is that you're dealing with, there's more than one way to accomplish what it is you're trying to accomplish. And I feel like for you, that could be, at least in this instance, fairly confusing, because there should be like a straight path that you can just follow and get to your end result. But the thing is, it's going to be a trial and error of a combination of these techniques that's going to get you to where you need to be. Now, the good thing is I don't see anything like pulling you off path, like you're going to go in the wrong direction completely. And then, you have to start all over again. But I do feel like whatever this is, either you're in a rush or there's some sort of deadline over it. You're in a hurry to either complete something, get something done, get, to the X on the map, whatever it is. So you may end up frustrated in the coming weeks with having to take so much time to figure out how to maneuver whatever this is. The fact of the matter is you're going to get to where you need to be. You're going to accomplish whatever this is that you're trying to accomplish. The universe is reminding you that you are on its time. I say this a lot. The universe is on an eternal timeline. And when we're depending on the universe, we also have to be on an eternal timeline, not on the Gregorian calendar. Like we're counting the days down, and the universe is like, well, it's going to be another 5 months. Like, why are you? Don't be in a rush. Don't speed through whatever this is to get to the end. Even though at the end, you're going to have this amazing experience, this amazing relationship, situation, opportunity, whatever it is, it's still going to be there if you take your time. And if you take your time along the way in the next few weeks, you're going to meet amazing new people. You're going to learn amazing new things. Basically, you can't go wrong. The only way you can go wrong is if you procrastinate and remain with this idea that like it has to be a straight line to the end. There's no veering off course. There's no accepting new ideas. There's no learning new things. There's just focus on the end game, and you're going from here to there. That is the only way you're going to experience a problem. The universe is planning on giving you whatever this is. You're going to get there, but not if you stand still because you're procrastinating and not connecting with the universe. You can't do it on your own, right? You're with your team. You're fulfilling your contracts. So meeting these people, these new experiences are contractual needs. I do feel like this is something either that you've wanted for a long time or that you felt that you've needed for a long time, because I'm getting close to the heart, right? This is something that you care very much about accomplishing, or maybe you've tried it before and failed, and like now you're in the right place to be able to do something like this. There's something like that going on here where this is so important you don't want to mess it up, but by worrying so much that you're going to mess it up is the only way you can actually mess it up. Yes. Behold. Who's next? Mama Cindy? She's here now.
If Blue's cool, we'll go ahead and do her. But I had already called Blue, so I want to make sure it's good with them. Or I can do her right after. It doesn't matter.
I think Blue will be fine. He's going to be here for a while, so.
Okay.
I'm going to speak for you, Blue, and say that you're okay with us reading Mama Cindy because she was technically first anyway. So I'm using the Fairy Oracle. Yeah, the dragon's always on mute. I found a photo today of Ghost in a bow tie. Mama Cindy, I'm actually already shuffling for you, so you're fine.
We love you too much. Need some more memes. Grandpa loved his. Did you see the meme she did for his birthday?
I don't see them because I have to check tags because of what that jerk put on my wall, and I don't know where to check them.
I'll send it to you and you can see it.
Hey, three souls. So, Mama Cindy, you got card number 11. Secrets. A fairy and her companion sit between the roots of a great tree. They share an important moment, something no one else can hear. This is the important times to share secrets with others and to go deeper with your associations of others. This card is all about sharing secrets with those you trust. Sometimes a secret can help lighten your load and brighten your day. Fairies love sharing secrets. In fact, many collect secrets and use them as bartering to trade for other services and goods. So, Mama Cindy, this is a good card. It's a card about being able finally to open up. And whether you know who this person is right this moment or not, I feel like in the next week or two, you're going to find yourself kind of opening up more to someone that you actually feel a connected bond with, that you can trust and share some things. The only caution I see in this card is make sure whatever you're sharing is yours to share. Like, you're not sharing someone else's secrets. Make sure this person isn't trying to get other people's information from you. Whatever you're talking to this person about, make sure it just concerns you. And I'm not saying you're someone who would go and share people's information. I feel like this person just has a quality about them that makes you really want to open up. Now, on the other side of this card, I do see you finding out a lot of things. I say a lot, more than one. Several things that you didn't know, you weren't aware of. It's like you're collecting secrets now. People are coming to you, telling you things, opening up to you, confiding in you about things that you may not want to know. I mean, it happens to me all the time. I'm sure a lot of you have experienced this, where you meet a random stranger and they like tell you their whole life and you're just like, okay. Sometimes people just need to get it out. If you're uncomfortable with it, you can obviously, tell them that they don't need to share anymore. But I feel like this is kind of going to help you by understanding what these people are opening up to you about. It's going to remind you of, like, everybody has their issues and everybody has their problems. And even though you're at a place in your life where you really need good news and you're, maybe not feeling the best, I feel like in the next week or two, you're going to be reminded in a way of your own humanity, that you should never be expected, whether from yourself or someone else, to have to be a perfect person, right? Or that, you have all of the answers. You're finding out a lot. I think some of it, could disappoint you, but I feel like at the end of the day, the main aspect of this card for you in the next week or two is you connecting with at least one other person on a soul level, on a cellular level. And I can't see if you know this person yet or not, but I do see them as a member of your soul family. So it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be in your life forever or that they have been, but they're very important in this moment in time for you to be able to relearn this lesson of your own humanity. You're being way too hard on yourself. And I feel like others could also be being way too hard on you. Watch yourself in the next week or two that you don't start being too hard on other people, right? You don't want it to be a chain reaction. I feel like you are lacking peace in this moment, but in the next week or two, reforming bonds or making new connections with genuine people is going to be what your next couple of weeks are all about. Yeah, Blue Crossroads, I had the tags completely open, and then some jerk went on and said some really disgusting things, and my kids ended up seeing it because I didn't know, because I didn't have to review the tag. Now I don't know where to go to see where the tags are. So if you tag me in something, tell me. I'll go to your page, grab it, and pull it. A black mass on my brain. Now they want to do more testing. I wish you had said that before I pulled the card, because I would have been able to maybe give you more information about that. So what I can tell you about that is to make sure that you are not listening to what anyone else has to say. Don't start Googling, things on medicinal websites. Make sure that you're taking the information straight from the horse's mouth, the horse being the doctor. Don't allow your thoughts and your emotions to run wild with worst case scenarios. And also, I would get a second opinion. I don't know how possible that is for you, but if you can, definitely a second opinion is warranted in this situation. I feel like you could get a lot more information, like soothing information is the word that I'm hearing, with regards to what's going on with you. I mean, that's okay. What I meant by don't Google it is like, you don't want to read all of these horrible things online about people that are going through whatever it is you're going through. And then you start convincing yourself that something's seriously wrong when really it could turn out to be something fairly simple and easy. What's up, baby dragon?
Yeah, beat me to it. How you doing, daughter of mine? I'm glad you got home safely. You ready? Guess. I bet you can't guess. Since we switched them.
Blue Crossroads. Give me a sec. I'm going to use the Quantum Oracle. Ashley messaged me the other day and we were talking and I was like, when your dad told me you were traveling again, I was so worried. Excuse me. I was like, yeah, I was so worried because of what happened last time. I was like, when she told me she was home, I was like, big sigh of relief. So my mom came by yesterday and we took little guy to the mall. We spent the whole day there. Like we left at 11:30 in the morning or earlier, maybe around 11. And we didn't get home until like 6 or 7. So we were there for quite a while. We walked around, we went to Target, and we just spent time together. We had lunch. But the night before, at 8:30 p.m., my mom's electricity went out at her house, and it didn't go back on until 8:30 this morning. It was so bad. We lost power for such a small amount of time that, like, do you know how, like, when you lose power even for a second, like your stove clock will go off and you have to reset it? We lost power so quickly and it came back on that the stove clock didn't even go off. I know we lost it because the air conditioner for a second went off.
It flickered.
But when I went so fast, I never seen anything like that. You still have no power. Oh my God.
Hello, Pixie.
Hello, Miss Pixie girl. All right, Blue, let's see what's with you. I don't know if I should take this. All right, so we got the 5 of intention, which is back and forth, and you did get it in the reversed shadow position. So let's find it. This card reversed is a good omen for increased action in your life. You're finally ready to make the decision you've been resisting. In fact, you probably have already done so. You have the clarity and consciousness to figure out exactly what you want to do, and you have the power to do it. The hesitation of the past may linger a little bit, but your courage has grown, and you're getting ready to take control of your destiny. Things bode well for your new decisions and your focused actions and intentions, but you're on the right. It may take some time to gain momentum, but you are on the right track. Focus on your goal and take the action needed. This is a time of great energy for you. Open up to the unlimited confidence and courage that your soul provides. Your affirmation: it is safe and comfortable for me to make my own choices. I always choose the path that honors me. So Blue Crossroads, this isn't anything you don't know. And I love when the cards fall into the synchronicity of the energy, right? Of the readings. What this card is essentially saying is everything you already know, but a couple of things. The first thing is, don't be afraid to linger a little bit, to hesitate on choices, right? Whereas I told Mama Cindy, like, try not to hesitate, or no, not Mama Cindy, Jim. I told you, like, try not to hesitate, go from one destination to the next, take your time, you know. With you, it's like the hesitation is good because it's giving you a chance to bring in downloads. It's giving you a chance to confer with your higher self, with your team, with your own higher consciousness. Whereas there's no more fear in the actions you're about to take. There's no more fear-based beliefs in you regarding the situation, the position that you're in now, because you know that you've made a concerted effort to put yourself where you are. Keep that going. I feel like you have accomplished so much of your contract in the last several months, just opening up spiritually and coming into the understanding that at the end of the day, you really do have very little control. The only thing you can really control is, does it turn out good or does it turn out bad? Whereas, or rather, am I aligned or am I not? The only thing you can control is your own alignment and the receiving of the lessons you're supposed to be learning. And as you learn those lessons, you do move higher up the spiritual elevation scale. You're doing amazing. There is no more back and forth, either physically or in your mind. You know you're where you should be, where you're supposed to be, where you need to be, where you're meant to be, and you're moving forward from there. And I feel like this is the universe just telling you, like, those steps you took to get to where you are right now were like the first steps of the rest of your life, because now you are on track. Now you're on contract. Now you are achieving your life's purpose, even more so than you already have. You're in a really good spot, a really good place. And this is like a pat on the back, like, great job.
Okie dokie. It's Andrew.
Thank you, Sir John. You know, I'm not that young. I'm just, I love when people say that, but I have a son that's about to be 25. Thank you, Stoddard. I really do appreciate it. That is awesome. Thank you. I'm sorry, Ghost Dragons, I didn't hear you.
Andrew.
Nomeo.
Andrew.
Let's use sacred
force. Just kind of watch the language. That's all I asked, sir. I don't want to make you mad, just because YouTube has cracked down. I noticed we got demonetized. I said a word, but I got it back. So they were real good about it. Just be careful. That's all I ask.
There are such pains in my butts.
Yes, they are in everybody's butt. How come it didn't go? Okay, there we go.
Oh, right. Nomeo, we're using the sacred forest. Guys, any donations, thank you so much. Most of you know I'm struggling financially, as so many people are. I know it's not just me, and could really, really use the help. So, it's like when I'm good and like I'm not expecting anything and like I'm just like, well, whatever, you know, I don't really need anything. I'm good. I get like $300, $200, $400, like these giant donations. And then when I'm really struggling and I'm like, God, please. I think everyone's struggling at the same time. And probably we are, because we're all on basically the same energetic keel. All right, Sir Nomeo. Daffodil Fairy. She is the fairy of new beginnings, sir. Miss Laura, I think this was the deck you were asking me about last week. Card number 10. Life goes in cycles, Andrew. Just as spring follows winter, a new cycle is beginning in your life. In the phases of the earth, the plants die in the fall so that there can be new birth in the spring. It's the universal dance of death and rebirth. There is a time to end and to begin, and this is the close of one cycle and the beginning of another. We associate the daffodil with spring, as it is one of the first flowers to emerge after the snow. Its shape echoes the feeling of trumpeting in the new season. Its color suggests vitality, radiance, and sunshine. The appearance of this card brings a message to wipe the slate clean. It's time to release the old and start afresh. It can be difficult to release familiar routines, situations, or relationships when they no longer empower or serve you. However, your higher self encourages you not to cling to the old, but to set sail for new waters, into new waters. If you find yourself afraid to let go, the Daffodil Fairy urges you to face your fear and allow yourself to stretch in a new direction. The Creator is at your side, and wonderful opportunities will be born in your life. Wholeness occurs when you can say yes to both endings and to beginnings. The spirit of the Daffodil Fairy says it's time to start a new project or a new cycle. Life force and vitality are emerging. Release that which does not serve and support you. Make way for a new start. Success is at hand. Joey Hayes, what is up? Okay, So, Nomeo, this is definitely about letting go of the old and embracing the new. I feel like this could have, okay, Blue, seen a little bit. This could have something to do with work. For some reason, I immediately saw your job, but it will resonate how it resonates with you. It's only one card and it's very general. So just because I'm seeing your job, that doesn't necessarily mean that's what this is about. There is something here that in your life in general, you are so used to. And we talk about this basically every week. You have become very comfortable in whatever this is. As it plays out, there may be things that you're like, well, that doesn't seem right, or that doesn't seem fair, that have you kind of thinking, that you want to say something. You want to defend yourself, stand up for yourself. For example, they want to give you a promotion that's like 10 times more work, but they want to pay you less. That doesn't make sense. Nobody would be okay with that. But at the same time, you might be like, oh, if I say something, I'm not going to get this prestigious promotion, right? The universe is saying, speak your mind. Don't worry about like the penalty or consequence of doing so, as long as you're being true and authentic to yourself, because what that's going to do is bring in this true and authentic energy as it pertains and connects to and with you. And then that's what you're going to bring in. So if you were to say something, even if you were to not get the promotion, just in that general term, the universe is going to bring in something way more meant for and suited for you because you were true to yourself. There is something great coming in here, a big change, a whirlwind kind of change, maybe something you weren't even expecting. But in order to accept whatever this amazing gift is, this amazing new thing in your life is, you're going to have to let go of the old. The old is stuck, stale, stagnant, dead, done, over with, has you kind of just sitting there, but you're so comfortable with that to let it go can cause you some fear or trepidation. The universe is saying, become uncomfortable. The more uncomfortable you are in the next 2 weeks, the better for you, because that means that you're embracing the unknown. And in the next couple of weeks, the unknown is a rebirth, a renewal of something. So say that, I'm not saying you're going to lose your job, but for example, you lose your job, you're like, holy crap, I could barely afford to live as it was. Now I have no income. That happened to me in January. Yay. You could be like, now I have the time to pursue this dream, right? This goal. And then you're happier in what you're doing. Embrace all of the changes that are thrown at you. If it's the end of a long-term relationship or friendship, or, disconnecting with a family member or something like that, yes, it'll hurt. But if you keep in the back of your head that in the long run, this is 1,000,000% what was supposed to happen so that you can spiritually ascend and move forward in an area of your life, accept it. Please, mourn it, grieve it, move on from it.
Well, I was going to show you Ashley's comment, but Edna's got her.
Bye, Latro. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. You have a good one. Thank you for coming in. Slow motion, you're next. I'm not trying to upset you. Just we gotta watch the language. I think I made you mad, and I wasn't trying to.
What happened?
He cussed, and I
yeah. As long as we ask you guys not to, you're okay. If we ignore it, we get in trouble. But I think Slow Motion did say he didn't want a reading.
Oh, did he?
He wanted to wait until he's in the United States in 2 weeks to get one, I think. So Slow Motion, if I'm wrong, let me know. But I'm pretty sure that's what he said.
Okay, well, I'll hold off then. I'll put him on a hold. And go ahead and do Mr. Mark Halstead. And Mark, hello. How are you, good sir? Yeah, just trying to be careful. I noticed that if I cuss or somebody cusses in my chat during my streams, I notice the chat is not right after replay. And then we get a montage and I have to go and say, hey, please review this. There's people that are worse than us.
We don't make YouTube that much money for the 49% of all of my earnings they take. Mark, I'm using the Fairy Forest.
And we got to remember, too, that when we do slow, he wants the Halloween deck.
He wants it always?
I believe so.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. He said it was his.
I use it for him a lot because that's his birthday.
Yeah. And thank you for the waffles, Mark.
We're missing a lot of people. I hope they come in. Mark, you got the Life Bringer, card number 35, establishment, growth, and fulfillment. Oh, guys, I want to show you something. After Mark's reading, remind me. About you now, ideas and projects are gestating, constellations of ideas are birthing, your creativity is flowing from within, and ideas are developing in an easy, organic flow. For a time, you will be rich in health and love and in physical beauty. While there is much that is new about you, I think it means around you, not new around you. What has already been developed within your world can now be brought to greater fulfillment. So children may begin to mature and grow, and your ambitions and your dreams may need support to move from their beginnings to become truly established and make their presence strong and unshakable. Your accomplishments will now be acknowledged, respect will be given as it is way overdue, and your contributions and your work will now receive the value and recognition they deserve. This could also mean, Mark, that you are able to ask for more money in exchange for your services and seek investments to develop your businesses. Your influence, power, and reputation are all growing in healthy, inspiring ways. You feel good in yourself. A loving relationship with your body now develops, and you accept and receive loving support from other people. No more will you receive disrespect, unkind words about yourself or your ventures will no longer be tolerated. You are growing in stature. Finally, the world sees you for who you are, a successful being who has followed their dreams. I wish that this were my card. So, Mark, I know that you have health problems, and I know that just like everyone else, you have insecurities within yourself, and not everybody loves you. Like, I wish that I could please everyone and that everyone loved me, but I learned a long time ago that that's just not the case. What's happening in the next week or two with you, though, is that you are accepting all of this. You are finally coming to terms with the fact that, okay, I am done trying to be nice to so-and-so because there's something about me they don't like. And that doesn't mean you have to dislike so-and-so. It just means you no longer are going out of your way for them. They clearly are not reciprocating the kindness, so you're going to cut them out of your energy. And I feel like at the end of the day, it's night. No, at the end of the day, this is you stepping into your power and accepting your life and your world, the world around you, for what it is. There's no more sitting there, maybe a little, but really not much, of sitting there and being like, what if I had done this? What if this weren't happening? I wish and I could have this. I wish I would have done that. Like all of these regrets and all of this what if energy, it's like you are coming to this place. It's just out the window. You're coming to this place of acceptance. And I feel like the reason this is a big deal is because now that you've accepted how things actually are, the people you can actually trust and depend on, the people you actually do want to be around and that you want in your life, now you can move on to work around how things really are. When you're in a constant state of, is it going to be like this or is it going to be like this? Then you don't know what to do next because you don't know if you're going to be working with this energy or that energy. What is up, Heather B? Welcome, girl. And I feel like in the next week or two, you're just coming to this place of understanding of like, okay, this is my life. This is what's, I have. This is what I don't have. And then figuring out what you want and going from there. Okay. Bat Mom, yes, I'll get right on it. All right, Jim's camera at dawn. You got the cauldron. Mark, this actually is a really great card. The one thing I'm seeing that's a little lower vibrational is just that you're getting resistance. Like, I do see people looking at you once you embrace this energy of, acceptance and growth and change and love and light. Really, there are going to be some people that you may lose that you thought you were close with or that you thought would like be in your life forever. It's like they're looking at you. They don't understand. So I always say when people are like, oh, he's not even on your level, that is a literal thing. If someone's vibrating here and you've been vibrating here with them all along, Mark, and suddenly you're here, there's no meeting in the middle. That person is it doesn't work. So you may have to, the only bad part I see about this card, and it's not even really that bad, you may have to just stop talking to some people that you're close with for a while. And that's actually a good thing because what it does is it leaves room for the universe to bring in people that are vibrating on the same level. This is radical acceptance of how things are and how they're going to be. There's no what ifs or guessing in the next 2 weeks for you. People are giving it to you straight, you're playing it straight, and things are good. I see nothing but happiness and abundance as long as you embrace this energy.
I'm being silly. Sorry. I love the fact that Edna just went ahead and helped my daughter out. So awesome.
That's why we're here.
I know. I think it's great. You guys, I don't think you understand how happy it is to see how you guys treat my kid. So, anyways, since nobody else is showing up, go ahead and do that, lovely Edna. I hope she came back. I know she said be right back. There she is.
Okay. And now I'm going to use the deck you got me as a gift. Oracle of the Radiant Sun. So remember, guys, if this says like Venus and Aries, it doesn't necessarily mean your Venus and your chart is in Aries. It's just the energy that is coming in for you in the next couple of weeks. I say Venus and Aries because my Venus is in Aries. Of course, my love is in the most fiery attack sign that the zodiac has.
John P., did you want a card? Because you were actually next. If you want a card, let me know, okay? Because I know sometimes you do, sometimes you don't.
I got the bacon. I just don't see the point of dinner for one. All right, and
I just wanted it for my waffles.
She is our baby dragon. Batmom, no worries. Batmom's driving, so if she doesn't personally respond to all you guys, that is why. We're missing our Smoochy girl. Vixen Doe doesn't come in anymore. Val doesn't come in anymore. Light Thunder. That's right. Light Thunder. As long as it's nothing heavy, you know, I'm good with it. Nut Slap.
But he's been coming in late.
Sagittarius rising. That makes so much sense.
Thank you, John P. Hugs to you too.
Okay, and uh-oh. Speaking of Sagittarius rising, I'm an Aries rising, so I get it. You're a fire sign, you're a Leo. I have an air moon, so I'm Pisces sun, Libra moon, Aries rising, and it's an interesting mix. I wanted to show you guys. I didn't want to post it, but I did want to show you because I am so proud. Very, very worried, but proud. Where is she? You see her? That is my daughter. I love how she has on that beautiful dress and then sneakers. Because that is so me. The girl next to her, I don't know who that is, so I'm not going to post her, had on like high heels. Not my daughter. My daughter's got on like Converse. All right. And you got card number 5, and it is, let me see, something in Leo. Mercury in Leo. Thank you, Miss Pixie. Yeah, she's definitely mini me, which makes me very worried. Melissa Nicole, the deck is coming. As soon as I'm contracted again and making more than like $300 a month, I do want to do an Oracle deck, and I do want to get my business up and running. I'm just going to do it a little bit differently than I was doing it before. I have to be more, like I have to put my foot down more. Like even now, I charge for hour-long video calls. I charge for personal readings, but people come to me and they're like, can we just do, a couple-minute video chat? And I'm like, yeah, like, of course, like I'm going to help you, of course. But I charge for that, but nobody pays me. So I think I just need a new business model and to be able to separate business from friendship, which is really hard for me. So I may have to like bring someone in to like do that side of it and then just tell me when I have appointments. So I'm on to bigger and better things. Just the summer is going to be really rough for me unless I get care for my little guy. Yeah, and this is the card of drama. The Mercury Leo is best with big ideas and big thinking and has a splendid visionary mind, able to see things as they could be. Although not the best types to deal with final details, people with this planet sign combination are excellent at seeing the future possibilities of a grand project and setting the ball rolling towards its achievement. This card describes the intuitive and the artist planner. Mentally self-confident Mercury Lions form ideas gradually and are not easily moved from them once fully formed. The need to be accepted as an authority in a field demands memorable presentation skills. The Mercury Leos have the ability to express themselves dramatically in speech and in writing, and they take great pride in this. And this aspect bodes well for those connected with either show business or theater, describing an aptitude for game playing with a bias toward intellectual versatility rather than physical prowess. Negatively, Mercury Leos can go over the top in speculation and show off intellectually. Often when this card is drawn, it indicates pride in the intellectual achievements of children or young people close to the questioner. It can concern pushing those concerned to even greater efforts. There's always a flirtatious element surrounding Leo, and often this card reveals a brief affair more concerned with words than physical activity, like love letters. An extravagant presentation, grand occasion, holding court, mental feats, a creative interest entered into with flamboyance, a love affair through correspondence. I don't see you, Edna, having a love affair. I'm sorry. If that's something you were looking for. What I do see is you getting very close to someone online. Yeah, if I don't say it verbally, my face will definitely say it. I understand that completely. I see you getting close with someone, and this doesn't have to be someone of the opposite sex because it's not something romantic. I see you just meeting someone, or you've known them for a while and you just finally like find the time to speak to them one day. You fall into this easy conversation. I feel like you're connecting spiritually and intellectually with someone outside of the people you normally talk to. So that would be like being in here, but one-on-one, right? There's nothing wrong with that. I feel like you're going to learn a lot about life and about spirituality, and this other person's going to learn from you. So that's kind of a background thing. There are two other main things I saw here. Someone in your life that you care for as a mother figure, an aunt, a grandmother. You are the mature woman figure in their life, or at least a mature woman figure in their life. They are going to come into some kind of accomplishment. It's something that you've been cheering them on about, or at least in your head been like, oh man, I hope so-and-so gets into Harvard, and then so-and-so is like, guess what? And I got into Harvard. There's something that like your energy helped push this person to apply to Harvard. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with feeling pride in that. I don't see you as the type of person that's going. The third thing I saw was trying to take credit for someone else's achievement. I don't see you as that type of person. I feel as though there could be conflict and drama in the next couple of weeks because while you don't want to take credit for someone else's accomplishment, I feel like someone is trying to like take credit for something you did. So for example, say, I'm just using a crazy example. Say you have a niece and you worked with her all year on her math skills. She was horrible and now she's great and she got into Harvard based on those math skills. She thanks you and everything, and then her mom's like, if it wasn't for me and helping her with those math skills, she, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like someone is trying to, and they're doing this on purpose to try to provoke you into a drama. Okay? Don't feed into it. It's going to be very hard, especially now that I know you're a Sagittarius rising with your Leo sun. Don't allow yourself, don't allow them to poke the bear with you being the bear, by the way. Just allow yourself to know between you and the other person or the other people who really played that major role. And you're going to be rewarded by the universe for standing with this person, standing behind this person, helping this person. if the other person wants to take the credit, know and understand in your heart that everyone around knows that she was out drinking at the bar while you were helping with the math. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's going to be up to you whether you're going to engage in this drama or not. If you do, you're going to have a lot of drama. If you pull yourself away, there's going to be drama on your periphery because this person seems like a person. Yap, yap, yap. You got her number. Good. But you're not going to be directly involved in it. You're over here living your best life, helping your grandson. Do you know what I'm saying? Make sure that if there is someone like that, like your grandson, don't be afraid to push them a little bit, to push their limits of what they're capable of, because I do feel like there's a really prestigious, or that's where Harvard came from. I was using that as an example, a prestigious, high honor coming towards this person. And I feel like you are, I don't know, I'm sorry. This is weird to me, but it may resonate with you. But like, you know that you're going to play a role, and push this person not to be afraid. Push this person to take that chance, and it will pay off like almost immediately for them. Really? Where? To what? What? I don't know if you said it or not. I didn't see it.
Ashley, don't worry. Little lady here said that she would timestamp you if necessary. She told me that the other week.
Anytime, yeah.
Got
Anna, where did he get accepted from? Or accepted to? Is that why I was seeing Harvard? Can't make this stuff up, guys.
Who did? Who got accepted?
Yeah, Anna's grandson.
It wouldn't surprise me. That whole family's like a beacon, man. It's so dang bright, it blinds you.
My point is, I keep seeing Harvard, and that's that is why I didn't want to say that, because it is hard to get into Harvard. That is amazing. Congratulations, and so much love and light to your amazingly talented genius grandson. He is going to do amazing. This is the prestigious offer that you know you had a hand in. Yeah, elbow drop the like button, take it out to a fancy dinner, take its mom out to a fancy dinner, and never call her again. I don't care. Just press the like button. Who's next? That is so cool.
Life with Bobby.
And that is so cool.
That is awesome.
Life with Bobby. I'm going to use the witching hour. That is huge. That is huge. I thought Spirit was just showing me Harvard as like an image of a huge opportunity, of a prestigious opportunity. That is so cool. I love that. Guys, don't forget, keep watching the shorts. I'm not able to do many, but I am trying my best every second I get to do shorts. Yeah, and I mean, that is what I do. I don't normally get so like specific information in these one card readings. But yeah, that is really cool and major validation for me. Not being able to get a minute's work done since Sunday, actually, I've taken it hard. And I feel sometimes like I'm going to fail because of it. You just reminded me what the F it is I do and why the F I do it. All right. Miss Pixie, how is foster life going, honey? What a beautiful kitty. All right, I need one card, Spirit. One. Pat Mom, I'm just praying mine don't give me grandkids yet. Wow, only your family knows.
Not anymore.
All right. So Life with Bobby, you got Cloak and Dagger. It is the card of deception, card number 7. I love that though. So guys, if you didn't hear what just happened, like I literally was talking about someone in Edna's life that is younger than her, that she's very, very close to, getting a prestigious opportunity like being accepted to Harvard. It turns out her grandson, who she loves dearly and is extremely close to, literally just got it doesn't bother me at all anymore. That, you know, I'm told by someone personally in my life, like when someone's like, Gemma, you know, how much would you charge for a reading? I want to know what's going on with, you know, this promotion at my job. And someone always says to me, regardless of what the reading's about, if they overhear me talking about it, well, what qualifies you? You know, I wanted to do an Am I the A-hole series. And this person was like, I didn't run it because this person was like, what are your qualifications for that? And I'm just like, that people trust my opinion and that they trust what I have to say. And I was laughed at. So it made me feel this big, and I never ran that segment. Guys, one thing I want to put out, Life with Bobby, just give me 1 second while I'm thinking about it, is if any of you know or know someone who knows how I think I figured it out, how I can do a like reaction videos where I can show what I'm looking at in a small square on the screen. I mean, show what I'm looking at on the screen and show me in a small square reacting to it, because I do want to do reaction videos. People ask me all the time to do them. I just don't know how. And I got this nifty little thing that Ghost Dragons and I are going to set up, because whoever this is sponsoring me, and they want me to use this and say how I like it, if I like it, you know, explain how to use it and all that. So I'm excited. Okay, Life with Bobby, sorry about that. Scheming, deception, escapism, sabotage, needing to protect yourself. The tarot companion for this card is the Seven of Swords. Beware of the company you keep, for someone or something with a charming exterior means you harm. Receiving this card is your warning to double check everything before agreeing to anything. Someone may be attempting to deceive you and is playing a duplicitous game. Even someone with the best of intentions can hurt you if they use manipulation and lies to convince you to do what they think is best. Take extra precautions in the coming days and weeks and protect yourself and your energy as much as you can. Keep an eye out for signs your energy is being drained by others. Bobby, if you experience fatigue, agitation, nervousness, or a low mood that cannot be explained by anything else, you may be a victim of someone else's energetic scheme. So energetic vampirism. If this card happens to fall out of the deck and lands in the reverse position, it can mean you may be the source of toxic energy and something you've done or said has caused harm to another person. Perhaps you have a need to win by any means, or maybe that started as a few small lies what started as a few small lies has added up and people are noticing. Reconnect with your integrity and light and apologize where necessary. Let's see, Witch's Brew. Nope. It has a companion card, and I just want to see. Life with Bobby, I don't think this is your energy. I think you're fed the heck up, and you may be acting out of character in the next couple of weeks because you are finally seeing people for who they really are. And I think you've come to a point where, and if you haven't, you're definitely going to be where you're like, I know, right? where you're going to be like calling people out, you know? Like if someone's like, yeah, I'll be there at 7, you'd be like, oh yeah, like the last 10 times when you showed up at 9. You know what I'm saying? Like you're just not willing to accept other people's false realities anymore. You're not willing to accept breadcrumbing. You're not willing to accept future faking. You're at the point right now in your life where it's like, I just want the truth or don't come near me. I do feel agitation off you. I feel agitation. I feel agitated sarcasm. I feel maybe even a little bit of depression, definitely anxiety and fatigue, low spiritual mood. And the reason I think is just because you're fed up and maybe feel like there's no one around you that you can actually trust, confide in, depend on, right? In the next week or two, don't allow all of those lower vibrational energies to get you to a point where the minute someone comes in and shows you a small kindness that you decide that they're a good person and you want to like hang out with them. I feel like there is someone coming in or coming back in who is very deceptive and they're very manipulative. And the way they're going to start the manipulation is by offering you a kindness, offering you a ride when you can't find one, offering to lend you money when you can't pay your phone bill. You know what I'm saying? This person is coming in as a hero or a savior when in actuality, they're a spiritual, energetic vampire. They have nothing but bad intentions. And they're basically trying to pull you into their little circle of drama. I think a lot of us get that way. Petty, sarcastic, antagonistic when we're just to the point where we're fed up. In the next week or two, be very, very careful who you open up to. And I would go so far as to say, don't hang out with anyone new. Don't go places where you're going to be introduced to new people. I just feel like somebody new here or somebody re-entering after a long pause is going to be very, it's like they're going to target you because they sense that you're in this low space right now. So they're going to come in as someone who pulls you out of it. They're going to knock you right back down lower. I also feel like you could understand this from the very beginning and you're trying to warn other people and these other people turn on you like you're the one with the attitude about this new person or you're the one with the attitude about this person in general, when really you're just trying to give them the facts that this person is a bad person. You know what? Keep it to yourself. Don't try to help anyone. Let them make their own mistakes and learn their own lessons in the next 2 weeks. Obviously, you don't want someone to get hurt. But at the same time, I feel like this person has so many people under their spell, so to speak, that nobody's going to listen to you and you're going to look like the bad guy. If you get a bad energetic hit off of anybody, stay away from him in the next week or two. It's going to be really, really bad because you're to a point where you're about to pop. I'm laughing because I get it. And I feel like if this person does something to you, you're going to pop. And you don't want to do that because you could end up alienating people who really do care for you and love you. And then you're going to have to make apologies. And then you're going to have to deal with the guilt over that. And just be more mindful. Exactly. And don't be an open book to people you don't know. Don't open up about much. Keep what you're feeling to yourself and maybe one special person that you know you can trust, and try to make that person more mindful as well, that they don't get sucked into whatever this is. Heather, absolutely. Go do your homework, baby girl.
One thing real fast. He was number 5. Mark missed his reading. He fell asleep. Could you show him the card? I think he was number 5. Yep. There you go, Mark. That's the card.
Thank you, sweetie. The life bringer. And it was number 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, number 5.
Okay, and Melissa is next.
And I'm not me too. I'm really and it's not just with the humans in my life, it's with the universe. I'm starting to really lose faith, and I'm trying to understand the bigger lesson, right? Why is this one thing happening to me? After everything I've been through my life, after everything I've changed and how hard I've worked, why am I still dealing with this one particular thing? I don't know. And I think until I know and understand it, I'm going to feel like this, which sucks because this feeling stinks. But I also have come to realize that what I'm going through right now, it's horrific. It feels like torture and torment on a daily, regular basis. May not be about me learning anything. It could be about the other people involved. And I'm just a part of their bigger lesson, which stinks even more because I don't want to. I don't want to. But at the same time, I feel like the universe will reward us for our suffering as soon as the lessons are learned. Melissa Nicole, I'm using Deep, Dark, and Dangerous. And I'm trying really, really hard. It's very hard to have to be robotic. I can't express happiness. I can't express excitement. I can't express disappointment or being let down or feeling failed. I can't express anything. It's just, okay, that's how it is. Nothing I think, say, want, need, feel, desire is going to do change anything that's happening. So I have to just accept things as they are and be silent. And that is very hard for me. Where is Ryan?
That is a good question because a lot of people are disappearing, and I'm thinking somebody's streaming. I don't know who.
That mom, absolutely. I feel like, though, if someone else is streaming, if you're my regular, you should at least stop in. Like, I'm pretty generous and kind to everyone. You could at least stop in and just say hi. Like, I'm hanging out in so-and-so's chat. I never get angry over that. It's YouTube.
Where's Smoochie? Says Smoochie.
I said it earlier because you know why? Bigfoot came to Fortnite. There's a Bigfoot skin, and I got it. I thought of you immediately. And I was shopping at the mall yesterday with my mom, Smoochie, and they had pins and earrings that were possums. And I'm like, who wears possum earrings? And then I'm like, oh my God, Mom, Smoochie. And she's like, look, they have pins. We were thinking of you. All right, Melissa.
No, you got to remember too. He's a couple hours, so this is about his dinner time.
Yeah, that's true. I don't mean to pick him out. I just specifically picking on Ryan.
Go ahead and yell at your brother.
I love him to pieces. Whoa, Melissa, you got a poop. Card number 12, deep. You must understand your fears if you can. Stand strong against your fear. Fear is a natural and useful emotion as it protects you. What doesn't are fears that are not real. You must learn that not all fears are real. Some fears you carry, Melissa, are not your own. So confront your fears and understand that death is a part of life. There are some gods who are truly frightening, and this is part of the work they do. Apuk, the Mayan god of the dead, is one of these deities. He comes out of the underworld home, the nastiest of the 9 levels of hell, called Mitno, stretches his skeletal body and smiles his sharp, wide-toothed grin. Then he begins to make his way through the human villages along the stone pathways. The Mayan people rightly feared death because of the horror said to await them should they go to this hellish place, and they were always aware that Apuk could indeed be waiting to take them around the next bend. With his cadaverous body and frightening smile, he wears bells and a headdress of human bones. He is not hiding his presence as he walks the cobblestones. He is noisy, and he can be seen, and knows the people will be even more terrified if they know he's around. If you're out on the streets late at night, or if there is sickness at home or in the village, you better watch out. Apuk is proud of the fact that he can induce fear. In fact, that is what he eats. He eats fear. The people know that Apuk doesn't just come gently for you. He will wait patiently for your death, hunt you, and stalk you. This will make you frightened and, yum, more fear food. He gulps people's fear down with relish, yet he's rarely satiated. The people know, too, that there is only one way to scare Apuk away, and that's to open the doors and scream and shout and sing. Apuk loses his power when his bells cannot be heard and he is faced with courage. If this is done, if Apuk is not heard but faced or simply ignored, he slinks back into his underworld home. Standing strong against any fear, feeling it, shining the light on it, confronting it, these are all lessons from Apuk. It's better to know precisely what the fear is when we hear the bells, so we actually know specifically what we're afraid of. Not knowing what we are actually afraid of, or simply entertaining nebulous fear, is worse. Plant companion is golden spoon, and crystal companion is hematite, which makes sense because, feeling poopily, because hematite is... it's actually, I've come to find, at least in my experience, better than black tourmaline in grounding and not dispelling negative energy, but absorbing it, right? Melissa, this card makes a lot of sense with everything we've been talking about through the years, really, and everything you've been going through in the last, I'd say the readings for the last few weeks. The one thing I want to say, Miss Pixie, is yes, as I'm sure you know, with your gifts, there's a transformation coming to the collective. And unfortunately, right now, we, the light workers, the seers, the clairs, if you will, and just the empaths, we're being not subdued. What's the word where you're pushed down? something. We're being pushed down. We're being made to like have our powers lessened. We're all feeling either depressed or, ready to give up. We're losing hope. We're losing faith. We're suppressed. Thank you. It's just the energy of the now. Okay. It's not going to last forever. And we are going to come back. Oppressed, that's a great one too. I was thinking suppressed, but oppressed, exactly. We're going to come back basically with a vengeance, but in a kind way, right? We are going to gain our confidence and our light back. Melissa Nicole, you recently made a very big decision. Now it's like, are you going to stand by that decision? I have to use the bathroom after this. Are you going to stand by that decision? I feel like you want to stand by it, and you know that the right thing to do is to stand behind the decision you've made. You know exactly, what the issues were in that relationship. You know that there is no hope or chance that this person is going to change in your situation. And yet there's something here that's you're afraid of. And I do feel like it's not a nebulous fear anymore. This fear is of being alone. This fear is of all the things that your abuser told you. No one will ever want you. You're ugly. You're not suitable. You're this, you're that, you're the other. Now you're starting to think about all those things and entertain those fears and notions, even if it's not those specifically. I feel like you know what I'm talking about. It's like all the abuse is finally catching up with you now that you've walked away. The universe is saying, that these words came from your abuser. So in your heart, that this is just more abuse. These are not true statements. And even if some of the things he said were true, you have the ability to change, to look inside and to change yourself. Face this fear head on. Okay. A lot of the times, one of the main things that's said to me is that I'm a failure and a loser, because 7-8 years ago, I was a dope fiend. I have to remind myself, by all the work I've done, looking at my name on best-selling books and looking at the community around me, that is not the case. Maybe 7-8 years ago. You have to really look inside of yourself and look at, even if you don't maybe you haven't accomplished anything in X amount of years, but what's the reason? You weren't allowed maybe to leave the house. You weren't allowed to have friends. You're relearning who you are. Do not allow him to continue to abuse you from afar, using your own mind to do so. Okay. The universe is saying, come to terms with, if you need therapy, get it. If there's someone you can talk to them. If you want to, communicate with your team, you're open to the downloads now. Don't allow yourself to be re-abused through your own mind. Face these fears. Tell yourself what you are and what you aren't, and move forward. Okay, please. I wish there were better words coming to me to explain this, because this is probably the most important reading I've given yet in a few weeks. I'll be right back.
Hurry back. I don't want to be alone. Oh, I got these guys. Hello, guys and gals and whatever. Cindy Lee, you'll be okay, babe. It's crazy, I know. And there's a lot going on with you, and I understand that. Just hang in there. Stay strong. Keep the faith, babe. You can do this, hon. You're welcome. I don't know what I did, but you're welcome. All I do is sit here and take names and be silly and look grouchy sometimes, and I don't know. I don't know what exactly I do. I know you are, honey, and I can feel it. Believe me, I can feel it. And it's okay to be scared. Just don't let it take over, okay? All you can do is the best you can do. It's all you honestly can do. But you also have to stand steady, and you know that. Keep the faith. Keep that hope alive. If do it for yourself, if not for anybody else. Because that's all you can do, okay? I know you're going through a lot. Believe me, I know. So just don't let the fear and the scaredness consume you, okay? Because that's never a good thing. Huh? Thank you, Joey. Thank you very much. I'm gonna have to go buy some new dress shirts because I got more ties than dress shirts. A lot of them disappeared after I quit the restaurant business, so I'm gonna have to go get some more. Snazz it up even more a little bit. And she's back. Okay, dear lady, are you ready for your next?
I'm ready.
Now, Mike J, Mr. Behold, do you want a card or not? Say yay or nay, but forever hold your peace. And Gemma, actually, you've got
Mama Cindy, me too.
You've got 6 people left and whatever timestamps.
Okay.
Also,
we're going to timestamp.
Are you still here?
3 souls, are you here, sweetheart? We're going to timestamp Lotus for sure in case.
I figured that because I went ahead and wrote it. And Ashley's been getting hit by storms, so.
Yeah, Ashley's fine. She's family. I mean, we're all family, but she's blood related, so. I was going to invite Mom in tonight, but she's so exhausted from not having power, spending the day with me and little guy. Is Mike J getting a reading? Yes.
I'm a bit boring, though. Just go ahead and give it to him.
Mike J, I think you're interesting. I think you're all so interesting in your own ways. Yeah, I mean, that mom, I didn't want to say it, but, we know you're boring. You just... Do you want to know who's actually boring? I am definitely, believe it or not, I am a very boring person outside of YouTube. My life isn't because other people bring drama. If I had it my way, I would write books all day and listen to Audible books when I'm not writing my own books. That would be my fun.
This is true.
It's true.
This is true.
And cleaning.
Or she'll play Fortnite all day. She'll hide in the room by herself and play Fortnite all day.
When I get angry, I do love cleaning. So lately, I've been very frustrated and, like I said, feeling really poopily about life and losing faith. And I've been slowly cleaning all these areas of my gigantic house that I haven't touched in a long time.
Cindy, you're going to let people down. It's hard not to. I believe me, I know. I'm the same way. I'm the one that runs the family. And it's hard, but you're going to let people down. And there's nothing you can do about that. So all you can do is the best you can and show them that you care. Believe me, I'm right there with you, sweetie.
Mike J, this is a beautiful card. I don't know that I've pulled this a lot. I definitely haven't pulled it a lot. You got card number 15, the White Duchess. I never even saw this card. Mike, don't look to what has been. I got it. Don't look to what has been to find your destiny. Your future is bright and it is blessed. If the pain of the past feels a little too close for comfort, the White Duchess steps in to help you leave behind the emotional storms of your past and move into her protection. A time of transition is upon you, and soon your feet shall settle upon sacred ground, and calm shall prevail inside and out. Are you one of the many suffering in the dark and stormy inner world of PTSD? Do you believe that because there have been struggles in your past and perhaps at times even great pain, that this is how your future is going to be too? Or perhaps you have been striving towards a dream and it seems so long since you began that you're losing hope of ever breaking through into successful fulfillment and your new life. That sounds a lot like me. The White Duchess comes to you with clear guidance. Don't look back. Let the past be put to rest. Whatever has haunted your dreams, whatever has caused turmoil, it's over. It's not needed anymore. There's a future destiny calling to you now. It's time to transition through into a new world, Mike, and into your new life. The White Duchess appears when you are in the midst of a significant life transition. You may be aware of it, or it may be coming as a surprise to you, but her appearance indicates that it is time to let go of the past, even if that means going through a phase of not really knowing who you are or where you're headed. She'll guide you through the transition towards a future completely free from past influences. unfettered by issues that trapped you in times gone by. She wipes clean all past contaminants and helps you start afresh, a new life, a new person, a new chance at the life of your dreams. Trust her and believe in the positive power of your future. Yeah. So, okay. Mike, I don't even know if you're aware, right, that there's a big transition coming upon you. I don't know if it's work related or like personally in your life, but I feel like what you're going to do when this opportunity or whatever it is comes along, and what the universe is trying to stop you from doing, is you're going to look at how things worked out the last time. Melissa, I scream into towels and cry at night so nobody hears. Okay. You're going to look to what happened the last time you were presented with or offered something like this. And the universe is saying, do not base your future actions on your past experiences. Now, yes, we should learn from the past and we should try very hard not to make the same mistakes. But that's the thing, Mike, is that, yeah, Joey Hayes, thank you. Yeah, it's one of my favorite. It's Alana Fairchild. You've learned from the mistake. So if you don't go about this the same exact way, then you're not going to have the same exact results. Not to mention, you're in a different place in your life now. You're doing different things. You're around different people. Different people are propositioning you with whatever this is. I feel like it's going to take a great leap of faith. And I don't feel like it's coming in the next couple of weeks, but I would say like the next couple of months. I got to curl this wig. It's driving me crazy. I would say in the next couple of months, make sure that you're taking chances and you're trusting in the universe. The universe wants you to free fall and allow it to either catch you or teach you how to fly. There's an opportunity coming in, and I feel like it's coming in out of nowhere. And I did kind of connect like I did with Nomeo earlier of like your job. Now it could be anything, but I am getting more seeing you like at work. It's going to take you by surprise. And I feel like in the moment, it's going to be really scary because you're like thinking of something that happened before and like how that turned out and just, it was a wreck. The universe is saying, whatever you're presented with that scares you because of a past experience, that is going to be your cue to know to jump in head first. The universe has got you and wants to see you succeed. And I feel like this is something that is going to change your life drastically for the better, as long as you're not staying stuck, stale, and stagnant. Guys, I wish I made money, because if I actually made money, I would put something together where, like, you know how some people do, like they rent out space and they do like a meet and greet and you pay like $15 a ticket, and then you come in and you like, I would sign a book for you and we take pictures together, and the money would just go back into the venue. I wish I can do something like that. And trust me, guys, one day I am going to do something like that, and I am going to be at Power Unity as a speaker or a vendor or something. Those are my ultimate goals, and I will be there. And I really hope that if you guys are able, you can travel to support me. But I wish I can get all of us together in one place. I feel like the energy, like we would blow the roof off of that joint. And I don't understand. I've been doing YouTube for 4 years almost, and I don't understand why I'm still so small. I feel like I'm so open, and I try really hard to help so many people. And at the end of the day, I am still broke and nobody knows who I am. On that same token, instead of complaining about it, I sit there and I look at the fact that I gained 298 subscribers in the last 28 days, where 6 months ago, my average was between 11 and 18 subs a month. Right? It's like, it's our perspective on it. Have a barbecue. I would love to. If I had my own way in my own house, I would have a barbecue. And it's coming. When I get my beach house, I'm just giving open invitations. Who's next? You have not barbecued until you've cooked out in New Jersey. I woke up this morning to an Amber Alerts. A child was kidnapped in Patterson. I wish I had saved the information because I would have given it to y'all. It was a parental abduction, I believe, because they knew that the father had taken. But it made me nervous because my son is always in Patterson with his dad because that's where his dad works. Not that Ray would ever let anything happen to our son, but when you hear something like that, it jars you
in your tracks. It does. Okay. We're gonna
Hold on
wait.
1 second. 1 second. Bat Mom. So I was thinking of doing that, and then I was like, people would be so disappointed, right? What I'm trying to do, and I'm stunted in this now, if I had more than Sunday to work every week, I was trying to build the 1,000 followers on TikTok. I want to keep this the way it is. And then on TikTok, I'll do medium readings. I will charge $1 per card. And I'll do like an automatic writing session for like, if you send $25, I'll give you 10 minutes of automatic writing. Mediumship is just where like, I'll be like, okay, who knows Joe? Joe died of a heart attack at age 56. He's showing me, this house in this time period, and Joe will be there for someone in there. It's bound to happen. Those kind of readings. If you want to go into a private and hear more about what Joe has to say, here's how much it costs. That is what I'm going to be doing on TikTok. A lot of you aren't on TikTok. I feel like if I change Friday, it would really disappoint people. I do feel like everybody in here that's in here every week has donated or bought a reading at one point or another. So please don't think I'm like complaining about y'all and the donations. I'm just saying, as far as making a living, it sucks. Like the ghostwriting contract was everything, but I will get another one and I will start making thousands of dollars a month again, and it'll be great.
Yes, it will.
You're so welcome, Mark. I'm sorry, honey. What?
No, you're fine. You're fine. Yes, Mark, you're welcome. Miss Pixie's next.
We're going to use the Lantern Oracle for Miss Pixie. I also need to start getting the money together to go to like venues, like the Meadowlands Fair. I can do readings there. So on my TikTok, I do the 1 cards and then I transfer them here to YouTube. I'm going to be using a tarot deck for July generals, or July. First week of July is going to be tarot. So yeah, and I know that's why I will never change this stream, and I will always stay on YouTube. Just because I'm moving to Rumble and I'm moving to TikTok, I think 90% of you have told me, Gemma, I love you, I support you in everything you do, but I'm not going on TikTok. I respect that, because I was basically forced onto TikTok because of my financial situation. I did not want to go. Yeah, but Batmom, that's what I mean. I don't want this to be about the money, which is why I'm trying to do other things, because I feel like I was pulled to do this on YouTube to meet you guys and connect and help in that way, as there are so many other ways I could help people like this and make money. This particular stream was never supposed to be about the money, and I don't ever want it to be. That's why with donations, I'm like, if y'all can donate, that is amazing. If you can't, you guys, I don't ever want anyone to feel bad like I'm talking at you guys, because like it's not about that for me. That's why I don't charge in this reading, and I never will. I never will charge in the Live Intuitive Oracle. It's a place I want people who need help and don't have anything to give to be able to go, because not a lot of people are doing this for free. And I feel like it's not fair to... I've seen people do live streams where unless you donate $5, they won't even acknowledge that you're in there. They don't even say hi to you.
And it's very true too.
It disgusts me. If you donate $50, they'll put your comment on the screen.
Tell you what, we'll do Paraunity. I'll go and take a list, and we'll set up a booth at Paraunity next October, and you can do readings there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to do something there regardless. Thank you. And I believe I will. It's just, I wish that, I don't know if any of y'all watch Jamie French, but if you watch Jamie French and Nick, that's what I always wanted. He makes like the sound effects for her funny videos. He dances. He gets involved in the streams. They are adorable and they're both hilarious. I want to be able to be more myself. And I'm stunted in that because I do worry, like, is what I'm wearing going to upset this person? Is my wig going to upset them? What are they going to say about what I look like tonight? Am I saying something that they're going to take the wrong way? And then they're going to say something. this is constant, and it's just not fair. But it's something I'm dealing with, you know. My point being, I love you guys tremendously, and I will never charge you if you don't have the money. And like Batmom said, if you guys have an emergency, I'm always here. My dad, Batmom, always said, if it's free, it's me. So
Of course you can, New England.
yes, sir, Netter. I'm glad you came in. And yeah, I'm me more than I ever am on YouTube. I can express myself and be funny and silly, and because that is who I am. I stunted that in my addiction, but I'm just not that way anymore. I'm pretty outgoing on YouTube, you know. All right, Miss Pixie, sorry about the wait. I feel like I had to talk about that, though, because I don't ever want anyone thinking that they shouldn't ask for a reading because they don't have money. I'm going to be charging on TikTok, so don't worry. Let the TikTok people pay, seriously.
And Joey, if I'd known you were in Ireland, I'd move you up with slow, because it's probably early morning, midnight there or so.
We're 5 hours behind Ireland, so it's 9, 10, 11, so it's 1:30 in the morning. So if you want a reading, let us know so that we can bump you. Miss Pixie, you got trusting tricksters. Now, does this seem like a theme this week or what? The trickster's only power is your trust. You are always free to withdraw it. And I know, like with Bobby, I feel like this pertains to you guys too. I don't know why I said Aunt Edna, because your reading had nothing to do with this, but I guess listen up because you popped up. Laura, tricksters will typically gain your trust gently and then incrementally disrespect your boundaries. Your kindness will be taken advantage of for as long as you allow it to be or have it to give. Tricksters excel at detecting any sense of lack or inadequacy that we believe about ourselves. This includes unworthiness, loneliness, and being deficient in some way. Tricksters' false promises to fulfill, protect, and love us and our inadequacies are designed to ensnare us with their influence. Once we enter into the kingdom of their lies, we remain entranced within the glamorous delusion while they sustain themselves upon our vital life force. We're talking about severe narcissistic energy here. Netter, I'm glad you came in at this specific time. This is represented by the maiden, who is so smitten with the flower's scent that she has become insensible to the stem and entwining her to the fox. Thankfully, the trickster's abilities to fool us is dependent upon the power that we give it to do so. All that it takes to initiate freeing ourselves is for us to see and acknowledge the trickster's trance for what it is, and its empty promises for what they are. Our awareness and clarity of what is true hold the key to weakening a trickster's power over us significantly. From this moment onward, the process of completely unhooking ourselves from the emotional manipulation, mental ensnarement, and toxic power dynamic and situation is a choice we must continually make and consolidate with the appropriate actions. It may be time for you or someone you love to take a step back and consider whether there is some sort of unspoken contract between you and a toxic external force, like a person, a place, an object, or a situation. You guys are so sweet. Snakes in the grass, Aunt Edna, absolutely. Laura, if this is so for you, identify how it disrupts or restricts your life and devise a step-by-step plan for how you can safely extract yourself from it, from the trickster, to reclaim your power. You may need to confide in trustworthy friends and family or seek an appropriate professional for clarity, advice, and support. There's no need to suffer in silence or remain in any toxic dynamic that thwarts your sense of self-sovereignty, drains your energy, or compromises the incredibly precious, worthy, resourceful, and significant being that you are. Should this apply to a loved one, a time where you are called upon for support might be at hand. Laura, the maiden's message: recognize that what is going on is contrary to what you were groomed to believe is taking place. Nurture yourself with the trust, courage, and passion that you gave to the trickster. As you recover from the betrayal, the loss, and the damage of experiencing the trickster, your life will resume, and once you're ready, it'll thrive at rocket speed. Well, Joey, if you change your mind, we're always here. I never am in a rush. I have usually till like 11:30 my time, which is 3 hours from now. So yeah, it doesn't matter.
So,
Laura, give me a second because Bobby asked a very significant question. Actually, star her question for me and let me read for Laura first before I get into what Bobby said. Laura, this is so incredibly obvious. It brought tears to my eyes and I'm trying really hard not to cry. It touched me. I didn't know that you had this type of toxicity in your life to this degree. Maybe you didn't know either, or maybe you don't know. Somebody in your life is very negative with you. Whether it's someone who like doesn't believe in your dreams, or it could be as simple as like never telling you that you're pretty if it's a significant other. I just feel like you have, like the card said, you've literally been groomed to think so much less of yourself. Now, if this person isn't around anymore, beware because they're coming back in. And if it's someone who is deceased, they're going to be popping back into your mind. That doesn't mean they're haunting you. That it doesn't work like that. But I just feel like for some reason, these words of abuse are just popping back into your head and you're believing them because everything you've been through lately has your spirituality lowered, right? You're going through a lot of tragedy and grief, and that does kind of dull your alignment, if that makes sense, right? So you said for one to be betrayed, one must have interaction. Then this has to be something that went on before. If there's no one in your life right now who's treating you this terribly, somebody definitely did. And I've got to be honest, I really, really don't want to say this. I feel like whoever this person is going to die soon. If they're not going to die soon, they've died already. And I feel like their abusive words are just filling your head and replaying over and over again. If this isn't already happening, please be extremely careful who you allow back into your life. Be very mindful of your self-talk, the things you tell yourself every day. This is really severe. Okay, I don't know why it's popping up right now. If you can't think of, anyone right in this moment who treats you this way, that means that you have more control. It's actually a good thing because it means that you have more control over what you allow yourself to listen to and believe, because it's coming technically from you, from your memories. Laura, I have so much insecurity and such low self-esteem. I don't think a lot of y'all would believe it. I feel like it's the same for you. And I'm not saying that to out you. I'm saying that because it applies to this card. The reason that you're stunted in a particular situation, meaning you feel like you can't elevate or you can't get past a certain point in a certain situation or relationship, is because you're telling yourself that you can't. When I told Melissa that, oh, thank you, John. When I told Melissa, you can't allow access, this is like the same thing where the abuse is not coming from the abuser anymore. It's coming from you because you've been groomed to understand it. You've been groomed to listen to it. You've been groomed to believe in it. And because you're grieving and because you're going through all of these personal things, this negativity is popping back up. And Laura, I just want you to be really, really careful about what you tell yourself. I feel like there was something you were achieving and then this all happened and now you're like not even, like you kind of threw it away. Maybe not permanently, but the fact of the matter is you were supposed to continue on with whatever this was. A dream or something like a small term goal you were just trying to achieve or connection you were trying to make. The universe is saying, now that you don't have that to focus on, you're going to tell yourself that you're a failure or that you were never going to make it in that way anyway. And that's not the truth. There was beautiful possibility on the horizon for you. There still is. You have to change the way you talk to yourself. Blue Crossroads went to go help the farmer. He said he'd be back.
Hold on. Before you do that, I want you to read Joey's here.
I was just going to do that. Joey, never worry about that, but I do appreciate it. And I understand where you're coming from. If you change your mind, you know where we are. So Life with Bobby had a question. A random question popped into my head. Could a narcissist still reach you from beyond the grave, or is it their words that seared into one's brain weird thought? It's actually not that weird. The answer to that question is absolutely no. When we talk about hauntings and earthbound spirits, it's usually not people we know. It's usually a lot of people like from centuries ago are the ones that end up earthbound. I'm not saying it never happens, but there's like some shift where it doesn't usually happen anymore. No one's staying around to like haunt you. When someone goes over to the other side, there's no anger, there's no aggression, it's just love and light and peace. If they're a dark spirit who was your abuser, who was the narcissist, they're immediately reborn. So there's nothing left to come back to you. 99.9% of the time, I'm going to say Life with Bobby, no. It is just their words that you've been groomed to believe and understand. That's why people who live with narcissists for extended periods of time end up suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. They have messed up nervous systems where they either can't gain or lose weight. I talked to you guys a little bit about my one sister. I don't know why he did it, and maybe because she got a promotion at work or something. He sat in the car and ripped all of her hair out chunk by chunk while she sat there and took it, because she's conditioned to believe that she was wrong. She should never have told him that good news. It's a lot of people also believe, because some narcissistic abuse, believe it or not, is not physical. There's a narcissist that I dealt with at one point in my life, and this is the one I normally talk about. I've dealt with many. And I'll tell you guys this real quick. There was no rage. There was never rage. I never got yelled at, screamed at, never really got cussed at or cursed at. But what would happen was there would be nothing. It would be like I would try to calmly talk. They would say, and walk off. I would try to send text after text, page after page after page after page, explaining my emotions and how I felt, and I'd be completely ignored. I would send a picture of me making a silly face saying, I love you, I miss you, completely ignored. Some narcissists, it's called neglectful narcissism. It's a form of covert. There are no rage episodes. It's like the person treats you, they completely and totally deny your humanity to the point where you start to wonder if you even exist. Like if you say, can you do this for me? They'll say, yeah, no problem. Then when they don't do it, you'll say, hey, you said you were going to do, why are you living in the past? You're living in the past. So then all these things that they said they were going to do and didn't do build up. And like a year later, you flip out and then they're filming you saying, look at this rage episode. Why do you act like that? When it's just reactive abuse. Girls, get me started on narcissists. I can do a whole series on them, seriously. But I was recently told that I'm not, what's the word? I'm not qualified to talk about the abuse I've been in. Area 51. Let's get a change of subject before my heart breaks even more for you guys. I just love you all very, very much. So, Mama Cindy, what did they say? Life with Bobby, the biggest things are, you know what you did. Everyone knows about you. Why are you living in the past? Why are you so, what's the word? Why are you so negative? Why do you have to ruin the day? Why can't you ever let anything go? You're such a nag. Those are the main phrases that you'll hear, like a repeated broken record. When no matter what you bring up, they will never be accountable. Dissociative dismissive disorder, yes. And with specific kinds of narcissistic abuse, you can also end up with your own dissociative disorder because you're constantly questioning your reality. Like I remember one time I asked this person, I had just gone downstairs like half hour earlier to get something to eat. And it was like 11:30 at night. So like at 12:45, I called them and I'm like, where are you? And they're like, I'm home. I'm like, oh, how long have you been home? And they're like, for like an hour and a half. I'm like, I was just down there. You just didn't see me. So I had to sit and think to myself, was this person there and I just didn't see it? Like, no, they weren't. They weren't there. But I had to ask myself, am I the narcissist for expecting this person to say Happy Mother's Day to me when I've carried their child? That's how it works, right? I need to get off this subject. Who's next? You guys can carry on in the chat. I need to. It upsets. Yeah.
Like the thoughts. And do Batmom.
Batmom, you're not wrong, actually. Batmom, I'm going to use the Wonderland's Oracle. Netter, please don't go anywhere without a reading. If you decide that you don't feel like sitting or whatever, I know you're also going through a lot, so please don't leave.
Actually, Netter, you're right after Smoochie.
Okay. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, let's breathe.
And a fart here. And
I just don't want anyone hearing it and being like, oh, she's talking about me, and then I have to deal with the after effects. Okay, good. Batmom.
I was going to say, he better be out go drag him back in here.
I just call them garbage people. Yeah, or you know what? I would say this is actually funny, like the dog whistling, where this hasn't happened to me in like years. It was one of my ex-husband. He would be like, oh, I thought you said you were going to start working out. You know, you're gaining some weight, especially like my stomach area is like my most sensitive because I've been having kids since I was 15, right? So I was very like self-conscious about my stomach area. And what he would do is he would bring this up before we went to like a barbecue or a family gathering. Then at the family gathering, he would, you know, go to like the prettiest person there and be like, oh, hey, Janine, are you working out? You look really good, especially your stomach area. So then I'd feel some type of way about Janine and I'd have an attitude. And then he would be like, well, I guess the vibe is off because this one has an attitude. That is dog whistling. Okay. Nutter, it's my belly. I have 5 children. So, you know, and I've actually always lost the weight. I've always been skinny until I had my little guy because I had him so late in life. I had him at 35. Okay, Batmom. Yeah, Area 51. Yeah, it's extremely painful, but it's called dog whistling. They all do it. Netter, I believe you. I believe you. And one day we are going to get to that. Trust me. I am going to be some sort of famous someday. The best way to put it is the narcissist, and Batmom, I will read for you. The narcissist will offer you a whole loaf of bread in exchange for your soul. And you're like, awesome, yes, let's do it. And then after like a year, they're giving you half a loaf, but you still give your whole soul. Then some more time passes and they're giving you 1 piece of bread and they still want your whole soul. So you give it. Then more time passes. Well, with the 1 piece, you're like, I'm giving you my whole soul. It's only 1 piece of bread. They're like, oh, so now you're ungrateful. So you take the 1 piece and you learn, don't say anything, right? Just take the bread when they give it. But then so much time passes that you're begging for a breadcrumb. That's narcissistic abuse in a nutshell involving bread. Thank you, Mark. I feel like I will be. I'm not talking like Kardashian famous. I just want people to come up to me and be like, aren't you Gemma Jade from YouTube? And I'll be like, oh, yes, I am. Listen, I'm just being honest, okay? I want the acknowledgement, but I want it for something good. I want people to be like, you know, like my cousin said to me, wait a minute, I hadn't seen him since he was a baby. He was like, you're the scary YouTube ghost girl. And he went running from me. Now this kid is like 6'2", 250 pounds. He ran from me. I wanted them to be like, oh, you're the one that, you know, helps people on YouTube. I want to be known for that. Miss Moochie girl. Yes. Okay, Batmom, this actually looks like it's going to be pretty good. It's card number 44. You can't go back to yesterday, and you got it in the Pixie. Just for everything you're going through, I'm really sorry, and I pray for you. I want you to not allow yourself to be manipulated or drawn in by something that's too good to be true, okay? A savior is not coming out of nowhere. You're going to be able to get yourself out of this. Mike, thank you. I do try. I mean, I do. But that dog whistling it's the worst, because it puts you in competition with like your family members and your friends, and they don't know what's going on and you're too embarrassed to tell them. And then you question your reality. Did he do that on purpose? There's no way. So then you're confused. I'm telling you, people don't understand how seriously damaging that sort of abuse is. It's very damaging, mentally and long-term. All right, Bat Mom and the Griffin added, come, let's hear some of your adventures. I could tell you my adventures beginning from this morning, said Alice a little timidly, but it's no use going back to yesterday because I was a different person then. In this lovely moment, Alice is being asked to recount her adventures for the Griffin, who longs to hear them and is genuinely interested. Alice would love to share too, but she knows if she talks a great deal about what has happened and where she's from, she'll never truly be able to move forward and find out who she is now that she's changed and is within the world of Wonderland. The Griffin wants her to share so he can be entertained and perhaps to get to know her a little better. But for Alice, the thought of reliving the past is no good, as it will not help him know her because she's changed so much. You guys are too much. And therefore, her history is not a way to treat friendship. Perhaps this is the same for you, Bat Mom. Focus on creating new memories, on sharing experiences, on getting to know someone and letting them know you in the present through observation and conversation. Accept that you've changed. As we change, the simple telling of who we were and what we did is sometimes not as powerful as sharing who we are becoming and experiencing new adventures right in the heart of the precious present moment. Yes, we can share our past adventures and histories, but perhaps you were a really different person then. So consider adventuring forth and fully experiencing the present with people you have connected with. Your past will spill out of you when the time is right for the sharing of such things. Bat Mom, you are way more than your past. You have evolved and you have changed. Sharing your history is only to share who you once were. You are no longer the same person. Nutslap! I summoned you like Beetlejuice. All right, so here's the deal. Bat Mom, I do feel like there's something happening with you where I don't want to say you're ashamed of your past. Okay, so what's going on with this wig is that the bangs are supposed to be this way, okay? And I'm not fixing it. I feel like it looks pretty, and then I feel like it looks ugly. I don't know. So anyway, New England Dirt Roadie, yeah. I feel it's not like shame, but it's just like you're finally starting to understand that your past is not what defines you. Even if you made a terrible decision yesterday, you can make it right. And even if you can't, you have to move on from it. I feel like, but I don't feel like this is you. See, again, we're talking about this kind of ABUSE, right? Someone's putting in your head that you're not good enough for something, or that like, don't, this is what I'm hearing. Don't talk about that. Like you should be ashamed of that. Don't, it's like someone's trying to convince you not to talk about your past, not to acknowledge something you did or who you were, or who you are. Right? But I feel like you're healed enough, at least enough, to understand that it pertains to the situation. Oh, so you understand that whoever you're talking to or getting to know, or whatever the case may be here, your past is pertinent. This is a little off card, which doesn't happen a lot. Yeah, Life with Bobby, and it's starting to like make me want to cry because I feel like all of these cards almost were pulled for me tonight, and I removed my energy. So I feel like, okay, here's the big picture of this card, and you can take it as it resonates in many different ways because there's a lot of messages here, and they all pertain to you. Back at the beginning and feel that it felt again. Even if you did. With my addiction, I went to detox 28 times. If I didn't go that 28th time after failing 27, right? And I'm not saying your issue's that. I'm trying to relate. Whatever you're telling yourself right now is wrong, because what I'm seeing here, like, your team is so adamant right now and so like, you cannot let this stop you. Put it in your past. If you failed this morning, it's your past. What are you going to do next? I also feel like there's a situation where they are screaming, and this is what I was going to say before, do not hide from who you are. For example, you're going for a job and they ask you something. Have you ever been arrested? And like, you were arrested when you were 18 for, I don't know. Where I live in Ridgewood, they would arrest you for throwing a cigarette down, right? You get a fine. So you have to tell them that, but somebody else is telling you, no, don't say that. You won't get the job. Go with integrity every time. Okay. And do not ever consider yourself a failure. Unless you lie down and die, you are not a failure. Whatever's going on with you is contracted. Okay. You have control, but the universe is really testing you with whatever this is. And if it takes you 1,000 times and you end up back at the beginning, try it 1,001, and that might be the time. This is a major generational lesson you're learning. This is something you have been through throughout lifetimes. Are you going to break the cycle this lifetime? Tell yourself you are. And if you fail today, you have tomorrow. If you failed an hour ago, you have an hour from now. As human beings, we are failures. You can't hold it against yourself. Give yourself the grace you would give me. Give yourself the grace you would give anybody in here. Tell yourself what you would tell me if I called you crying and said, Bat Mom, I'm back at the beginning. I effing failed again. You deserve grace. And I know what you're talking about because I know you personally. Give yourself grace. Give yourself respect and dignity as a woman and as a human. You're going to get there. I know it's hard. Oh, girl, I know. A war horse. Yeah. And I really can't wait till I get to the point where I can be strong when I feel like it. Not every single day I have to wake up and deal. I've always wanted a relationship where I could be like protected and be myself. I am a big goofball. I am so goofy. You guys, if you watch my shorts, you probably have noticed I'm pretty silly. And I don't want someone to look at me like I'm immature or a child or stupid. I want them to be goofballs with me. The saying is, you never know how strong you are until strong is the only thing you can be. And I guess I'm just kind of tired of being strong all the time. But I appreciate that y'all see it in me, because that means that I'm putting the energy out that I want to be, that I want to. Pregnant and only 20 when my dad died, I called the courthouse in Rockville and spoke with a lawyer. Late 70s. Who's next? This was Bat Mom. There are people that will say, oh, you can break your contract. Don't ever listen to them. That's not true, honey. Unfortunately, you're in it. But I feel like the reason there's so much happening, like you keep feeling like you're failing, is because this is the lifetime that you're supposed to break it, right? So you don't bring it with you next time. I do feel that you can do it. The opportunities are going to be there for you to be able to do it. Smoochie, you already are. I told you yesterday I was looking at possum and rat earrings, and I was like, ugh. And I was like, oh no, it's like Smoochie would wear these. She'd totally wear these. My mom was like, how old is she? What does she do for a living? What's her real name? So my mom has all your info. Who's next? I'm sorry.
Amber alert. Hold on. Okay.
Was it Patterson, New Jersey?
No, actually, it's a couple kids.
Why don't you share the information?
Okay. Amber alert, Columbus, Ohio. Michael Simon. I think it's Michael, but it's spelt wrong. So I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe. Hold on. Simon, age 9, 4 foot 6 pounds, BM, brown hair, white t-shirt, dark shoes, King Wilder, age 3, brown hair, black male, brown hair, 3 feet tall, 35 pounds, possibly with Laudisha Dolores Wilder, 32.
Okay.
Doesn't give a vehicle make, so that's here.
Lara, I'm sorry, Stephen, this is important. It's the cards, Lara. It's not you. It's our collective energy. So please don't leave if you feel like you're bringing drama, because it's our energy. It's just where we're going. And honestly, I wasn't even able to read anything you're saying. I'm tearing up because it's the connection, right? A lot of us are going through the same things. Mark,
there was definitely a theme tonight, and it was a touchy one.
If you want to, go because you need to, obviously that's fine, but don't leave on account of us. You're not bringing drama. The universe brought us all this drama, and we are collectively trying to work through it together. We are always here for you. Praying for a hedge of protection around those babies. Yes. Who's next?
Okay. Smoochie told me to let Nutter go next, so do Nutter.
Nut slap. I'm going to use the radiant.
Not nut slap, Nutter. New England Dirt Roadie.
Who's Nutter? You're saying Nutter.
I'm sorry. Whatever. NDR. New England
Nutter.
Okay, whatever.
I have a special deck I wanted to use for him.
Not you, nut slap. New England.
Yeah, this is Nutter. Sorry about that. I didn't understand what he was saying. And absolutely. 66 days, Joey, you're a miracle. Addicts have to go to war with themselves every single day. I just got 5.5 years, and sometimes I'm still like, I wake up thinking of running. Not that I want to, it's just like my mind forgets that I have 5.5 years. I'm a line skipper. I don't like line skipper. Nutslap, I'm using the signs of the time. I hope this is the right one.
Now, you doing New England or Nutter?
New England. Being honest about your situation and vulnerable is not being dramatic. It's being honest and vulnerable. And I respect anybody that can do that because it's hard. I think she left.
This is for New England.
Yes, New England. He gets it, I think.
I screwed up. It's my fault.
You got the card of Succulence, the card 38, and it is the card New England Dirt Roadie of Resilience. New England, yes, that is the spirit for sure. Mainly recognized as common houseplants, succulents are also known for thriving in difficult conditions. They store water in their leaves, stems, and roots, which allows them to thrive long after they've been tended. This card represents long-term planning, tenacity, and endurance it takes to develop resilience. Take advantage of your own inner reserves of mental and physical resilience in challenging times, and be sure to remain calm. When you tap into this reserve, remain calm and collective in the face of crises and confusion. When you tap into this reserve, you are gaining valuable skills and learning important lessons about your limits. This is also the energy of longevity and wanting something long-lasting. Set your intentions for a career, a relationship, or a situation you'd like to see in the long run. Keep striving for what has been placed on your heart. Stay healthy by watering yourself with love and with care. Despite everything you've endured thus far, you continue to bloom. So additional meanings are enduring love, discovering your inner strength, good fortune coming your way, current endeavors will be long-lasting, growth sparked by adversity, receiving a gift, and making future plans. So, okay. You are a miracle. I work with recovering addicts like as a day job, but it's volunteer work. You are. Okay. New England Dirt Roadie, what this is saying is like, you can't give up because something didn't go the way you expected it to go. I feel like you were misled. I feel as though the other person involved here, and I'm going to take some from what we were discussing earlier without getting too personal. There's another person involved here that had their own confusion, and they had their own, procrastination about what they were doing. And unfortunately, you happen to be collateral damage. I don't feel like this person set out to hurt you, but they set out knowing that it could happen and didn't tell you. What this card is saying is you've been through way worse than this and you've dealt with much more pain, okay? What you were looking for in this current really upsetting situation that happened for you is coming your way as long as you don't give up. You have to love yourself, grow, heal, and learn from what just happened. Somebody basically, I don't want to say used you because that's really harsh. But they were aware. They were aware the whole time that this terrible ending could be what it was. Right? She knew there was always a chance that what happened was going to happen. And she continued to go along as though that weren't the case anyway. I do feel like you were manipulated. And I feel like a lot of the reason you're as broken or feeling as broken and as heartbroken as you are is because you were honest and vulnerable and accepting. You were everything you were supposed to be. Okay. The universe is saying, put that energy into everything you do, but use a little more care next time, right? And this isn't blaming you because you didn't really do anything wrong in this situation. Oh, she did play games, and I was really pissed before, which is why I kind of cleaned my guest bathroom instead of getting back to you because I was angry. You're my friend. I care about you. We've had personal conversations and video chats, and I've seen who you are inside, right? That's why I stay connected with you and didn't block your phone number. This energy you have and that you've built up, the goodness, the love, the wanting to commit and give yourself, the universe wants you to keep that very close, okay? Because there's another opportunity for it coming in. If you shut yourself down, it's going to be detrimental to your long-term romantic prospects. Another thing I'm seeing is you're going to meet someone soon, that you're interested in, and this other person is going to try to come. It's like she's going to come back in just to make sure that you still want her. And then if you leave and go with her and ruin this thing, she's just going to leave again. It's okay to feel that way. But the fact of the matter is you do have you inside of you. You have love and kindness and light. You were taken advantage of, and that hurts. But you're going to meet someone or end up in some situation where everything you think you don't have any more of, you're going to have in spades. So continue to put yourself out there. The most important thing right now for you, like I'm worried about you. I was telling Ghost Dragons behind the scenes that I'm really scared for you right now because of how you're feeling. You are going to get there. And I have to say, because I have to tell you every time I talk to you, you are not supposed to be physically where you are. And that's one of the reasons you're having such a hard time in everything you try to do. You feel like you're quote unquote failing because you are not supposed to be in the state, literal state. Like I'm in New Jersey. That's the state I'm in. You are not supposed to be in the state you're in. You're behind your contract. Keep your heart open. Keep sense in your mind because once something goes wrong with her and the ex, you are the fallback guy now. Don't let that happen. love yourself enough to know that you have a future with someone who's going to love you the same way. Even if you don't believe it. But I can tell you one thing, I've never lied to you. And anyone in here will tell you I tell the truth, whether it's good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. So you can believe it or you cannot believe it. You are going to find what you're looking for. No, it doesn't mean you've never been in it. It means right now, in this moment, for the last year or so, there was something that happened, and I don't know what it was, but what I'm seeing is you were supposed to move, and you didn't, and that put a hiccup in your path. And sometimes that's how things work. Who's next?
Smoochie.
Smoochie, I'm going to use Hekatean path. Yes, on my phone, you mean? That's okay, Blue. Glad you're back. Miss Smoochie was looking for you. We all need to be kinder to ourselves. Look at the beauty in this chat. Look at the kindness, the love, the light in here. Why are we not giving this to ourselves? Myself included. The credit, the courage. Come on, guys. Do better for yourselves. And I will too. Relocated gator. Wow. Should film that. All right, Smoochie, let's see what's up. I have a really, really close friend that a lot of people I don't think know I'm friends with. He's on YouTube a little bit over on a different channel that I used to do a late night show for. He and I would argue on the show, but we're actually very close in real life. And he actually just realized that possibly he was like basically MK Ultra. This person is the most logical, sensical, like his brain is so genius that he has awkward social interactions. Some of you might know who I'm talking about. And you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles. He believes now that he figured this out, that everything is going like the way these people planned it. Everything was put in his life. He's really questioning reality. It sucks to see people like that. Mama Cindy, I hope you're not leaving because the atmosphere is a little depressed. I'm sorry about that. Usually we're very upbeat, but we have to face the reality of the energy, you know? So have a beautiful, amazing night and know that you are loved and you're valued. Smoochie, you got card number 38, the cave. It is the card of incubation. Smoochie, finding some place of retreat gives us time to rest, discover, and contemplate. Hecate's cave provides a safe, stable place where the goddess resides in quiet reflection, aware of the goings-on in the world, but not necessarily active in them at this time. In the still silence of the cavern, you can reconnect, heal, and work on deep-seated issues or plans of action, enabling you to re-emerge changed and refreshed for the better. You need a freaking break. You need a break, Smoochie. You're not giving yourself time to heal. You're not giving yourself time to think about anything. All you're doing is taking action, which is good. Okay, it's good that you're taking action. It's good that you're doing what you need to do. But yes, Smoochie, she's my favorite one. Besides Jesus, of course. The problem with taking action and reacting and being in control of everything, it's a great thing. People know they can depend on you even when you don't feel like it. You know you got to do what you got to do. The problem is you're not refilling your cup, right? Your cup is empty, no one's refilling it, and you're not taking time to refill it. You're going to end up making a mistake, and it's going to be a big one. And unfortunately, I see the sickness on your husband. I see a lot on him that we're not ready to talk about yet. You know what's coming. You have to take time to process what's going on around you. You can't keep living in a reality where you know what's going on in the back of your head, but you have so much to do to help the situation that you're not focusing on what is really happening. It's going to end up being even worse for you when the shock of it finally hits you if you don't take the time to bring that energy in. Basically, you need time to yourself. Regardless of what anyone else needs from you, you need time. If it's 1 hour to do what you love the most, if it's 1 hour to get a nap in, your downloads are not coming in because you are distracted by everything you're doing for everyone else. Something very serious is happening in the background here, and it's going to bring you to your knees if you don't acknowledge it. So I'll give you an example. Say that I'm taking care of my grandpa, and I just get up in the morning, I make him breakfast, I give him his medication, I go, take, my kids to school. This is my schedule. But I'm not actually understanding that grandpa's on his deathbed because I'm just doing what I'm programmed to do. And I'm not saying anyone's on their deathbed. I'm just using it as an example. You have to take the time to contemplate the reality of the actions you're taking and why. It's not going to get better. So you have to energetically bring yourself up. You have to mentally prepare. Too many people love and depend on you to see you flatline. And I'm not saying you're going to die. I mean energetically, spiritually.
Okay. Sorry about that. We got a dog that was going nuts. I'm sorry. Juan is next.
Okay. Area 51. I'm going to use Deep, Dark, and Dangerous. Give up the smoke, Ghost. I can't give my vape up. I'm like, I gave up everything else.
It's the only vice that I have left.
You know what, Smoochie? That's okay. You needed that emotional break. So if that's the case, I just want you to understand, like, I'm not going to come out and say your husband's dying. What I will say is it's not getting better. That situation is not getting better. And you're drinking, and I'm not judging you. It's taking away your reality, right? So you don't have to deal. So once this happens, it's disastrous. You have to spend some time maybe without drinking. And I'm not judging you. I drink. I mean, I wish I could technically drink if I wanted to. It wouldn't bother me. But I feel like you need some time without that to understand, and maybe to cry or scream or rage or whatever you need to do. I know. My son tells me all the time. All right. Let's see what's going on with Area 51. You're still here, right? My husband always smells like sunblock and like diesel fuel. And for the rest of my life, when I smell that smell, I will think of him. And it's not a bad smell. I enjoy it. I'm so used to it by now. It's like, that's Ray. Is Juan here?
I was just going to ask that because 1 minute he was here, and Juan, you still here? Last
You're welcome,
call.
Smoochy girl.
And then you can do nut slap if he doesn't answer. And then we'll do timestamps. Okay? Private message.
Okay. I guess Juan's not here. So, nut slap. Juan, if you're listening, I'll do you next if you come right back in.
There you go.
Did anybody that wants a reading that's in here besides nut slap not get one? Moochie, I can't. It makes me very silly, and when I would use, it would always be something where I was in control. I hate that. I wish I could do it, but I can't. CBD, my medication blocks everything. It blocks alcohol. I tried CBD. It blocks kratom. All right, I'm going to read for Nut Slap. Nobody else said anything. So we got Heather, Lotus, Casey, and Ashley. All right, I guess I'll crack it one more time, Spirit. What do you want me to do here?
Don't forget Lotus.
This is crazy. I said Lotus.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, Nut Slap, you got Hecate. We were just talking about her. Nut Slap, card number 21, Dark. Guys, support the shorts, please. I did one about a boy mom because I am a boy mom, but I turned the comments off because I knew people were going to come at me. People are like, you're so cringe. I'm like, you know what's cringe?
That is.
Wasting your time commenting that I'm cringe.
But thanks for the review.
Your jelly is showing. Nut Slap. Seek and you shall find. Sometimes you need to travel through darkness to find the real treasure. Almost anything worth doing takes time. Move off the crossroads. It's time to make a considered decision. Keep your focus on your purpose and do not wander off your path. For a long time, the so-called dark goddesses got a bad rap. People thought if a goddess was of the dark or looked a certain way, like scary, then they were evil or nasty. The Christianization of certain mythos twisted many stories as well, in particular those deities, usually female, who were perhaps magic makers, sorceresses, too independent or feisty, who were remade into evil, dangerous spirits. Stories of Circe, Kali, the Morrigan Le Fay, and Medusa are examples. And so, when we look at a complex figure such as Hecate, it is important to understand that paradoxically, a dark deity can actually be an illuminative. I'm such a boy mom. I have 4. When Persephone was taken by Hades into the underworld and Zeus and Demeter negotiated for her return, it was her friend, the goddess Hecate, who lit torches for her to guide her home. Persephone was allowed to return home for half the year, and she was guided through the darkness on her return by Hecate and her torches. From that time, Hecate became Persephone's guide and companion, Propylo, serving or attending on her annual journey to and from the underworld. Your plant's companion. Oh, Hecate literally carries a torch even though she stands in the opaqueness at a crossroads or under a moonless night sky. Yes, she carries a torch when she is striding through the darkness of the deep underworld, yet she is actually lighting the way out for all of us. Your plant's companion, Nut Slap, is garlic, and your crystal companion is moonstone, which is actually the crystal of my real name. So my real name, there's a crystal for every name. Very scientific. But not Gemma, the other name, my other name, is Moonstone. Donna, welcome. If you want a reading, let us know now because we're about to do our timestamps and end it because we ran out of people to read for. So Nut Slap, yeah, you need to make a decision. I do feel like you're procrastinating a lot about something. And if you're not, in the next week or two, it's going to hit you like a ton of bricks or like the scent of garlic on your lover's breath. You, sir, need to make a decision. You can't procrastinate anymore. And remember, too, Nut Slap, that not making a decision is making one. Because when you procrastinate for long enough, the universe needs to move you along. So what the universe does is it makes the decision for you. And usually 99.99% of the time, it is the hardest decision, the hardest road that you'd have to travel. Because when you don't make a decision and you procrastinate, you're telling the universe that you haven't learned all the lessons that you should have learned by now or that it was trying to teach you. So whatever this is, make an informed decision. If you're unsure, look inside of yourself and figure out what is keeping you going one way and what's keeping you going the other. And at the end of the day, I just keep hearing what's more important. So that's something you have to ask yourself. What's more important? I don't know what this is. You might not either. But when the time comes to make a decision, please make one. Make an informed decision and do not wait. I would give it 2 weeks. And go for it. Go confidently forward, knowing that the universe is guiding you. Okay, Miss Donna, you got it, girl. I'm going to use Black Moon Lilith. And welcome, by the way. Thank you for stopping in. We normally go to like 11:30, but if there's no one left to read for, then we end. I'm so glad you all came in tonight. I love this stream. It really does. It just like reinvigorates me for the entire week. And since I can't work all week right now, which will change soon, but since I get no work done at all, this reminds me what it is I'm trying to accomplish and who I am. I already read for you, bro. You got Hecate, the card of illumination. I'm wearing my duck nails again because I like this link. Well, you missed your reading. I didn't ask to make sure you were here because I knew that you wouldn't just leave. Donna, I'm glad you did. Thanks for coming in. It's been a heavy night. Normally this stream is love and light, and tonight a lot of us are going through a lot of dark things, so we talked about that. Okay, here's your card. Black Moon Lilith in Capricorn. I believe this is mine. My Black Moon Lilith is in Capricorn too. So even if your Black Moon Lilith in your charts on it isn't in Capricorn, this is the energy coming in for you. Elevated status. And this card, I remember reading it, is very me. So this is your energy, girl. Imposter syndrome is creeping in and you're doubting your accomplishments. Donna, the cosmos wants you to let go of insecurities and have faith in yourself. When this card shows up, the opportunity to level up and gain recognition is well on its way. So don't let fear or self-sabotage what's to come. Break the glass ceiling and shift the structures that are holding you down. Capricorn is a cardinal earth sign symbolized by the sea goat, which exudes leadership status, structure, hierarchy, tradition, and power. Ruled by cosmic disciplinarian Saturn, Capricorn represents the patriarch and authority. Black Moon Lilith in Capricorn sparks rebellion against traditional and oppressive structures. Madam C.J. Walker, a natal Black Moon Lilith in Capricorn, broke down systemic barriers of oppression as the first Black multimillionaire by building a hair product empire in the early 1900s. Your Sun, Capricorn. This is your Black Moon Lilith. It's a placement on your chart. Like, you know, my Venus is in Aries, my rising is Aries, my sun sign is Pisces, my moon sign is Libra. Like, if you go to cafeastrology.com and click natal chart, it's free. You just put your information in. It gives you like a 64-page breakdown of your specific chart. This is my permanent placement. So this is my energy all the time. For you, this is the energy that's coming in for you. And it's really great, actually. Black Moon Lilith in Capricorn paves a unique path upwards. Every time you achieve or gain the status you desire, there's always someone or something there to overshadow you. As a result, you can build up fear around your own power. The key is to step into the leadership role in your personal and professional life without making apologies. Your reality will shift once you release the limits on yourself, not the other way around. Guys, is that me or is it not? Donna, what or who has questioned your authority? It's time to challenge imposter syndrome. It's time to release attachment around power and recognition. Instead, align with your purpose, your soul's purpose. This will make you more magnetic versus repelling the opportunities that materialize for you. So stop trying to force it is basically what this card is saying. Mark, that's awesome. Stevens is in Scorpio. I know that. So ooh, interesting, Donna. Very, very cool. So you got Earth, Water, Earth. Water, Moon. Good luck with that. Okay, so Donna, in the next week or two, what this card is saying, the energy coming in is you will succeed. If there's something here that you want, that you're trying to gain, even if it's like you want to have more money in general, you want to have more status in general, the opportunities are coming in. The problem is you are so focused on what you don't have that you're not seeing what's coming in. It's just passing right by. I'll give you an example from my life. I keep complaining about losing my ghostwriting contract because it was several $1,000s a month that I lost without notice overnight, and now I live off donations. And I have a son to support, right? I keep bitching about that. But I'm so focused on the fact that I lost that contract that I may not be paying attention to someone who was about to offer me a new contract, but heard me complaining about the other one and decided my energy was off. If you keep telling the universe, oh man, I'm so tired. I'm just using money as an example. I'm tired of being broke. I'm so broke. The universe is like, okay, you're so broke. And that's the energy it gives back to you. It's reciprocal. Reciprocity when it comes to energy in the universe. In the next 2 weeks, if there's something you want, with confidence and in your own power, go and get it. Don't let anyone or anything stop you. This is real. This is glow up. This is amazing energy. And it's probably the most positive card I've pulled all night. This is telling you that if you change your attitude and start focusing only on the positive to the best of your ability as a human, a flawed human, you can achieve something so great, even if it's something great in your mind, like something you really, really wanted, a personal gain. Or it could be a big gain. Like if I woke up tomorrow and had 20,000 YouTube subscribers, a dream come true, ultimate goal, right? People to know who I am when I'm in the grocery store. It's that energy. This is an amazing card. On one more thing that I'm getting from this is that you are finally stepping into your power in a situation, whether you realize it or not. In the next 2 weeks, you are finally walking away from something, someone, I don't know what it is, relationship, situation. It could be anything that you are finally like, this is not for me. I am done. Make sure you stick by that, because I feel like that is going to be opening up way more doors for you. This is amazing energy. Yes, you can basically manifest whatever you want in the next week or two, as long as you keep it 100% positive. Stay away from negative influences. Be in your power. Don't take no poop from anybody, and you will gain.
Okay. How do you want to do this? Now, I know you're doing KC, right?
Yes, Donna, email me. Email me if you want. You need to do it. You can email me. We can talk about it. But I'm telling you, that is what this is. You will be incredibly successful. And in fact, I will purchase your Oracle deck and use it in this stream and promote you if you do it. I know, Mark, it's crazy. I know this other girl that started at the same time as me. She does 10-minute overviews of true crime cases, gives almost no information, and she hit 5,000 like a year ago. No personal interaction, no personal connection. She just comes in, 10-minute overview, 10 to 12 minutes, and leaves. And she's got like 10,000 subscribers. I'm like, do I need to back my energy away? No, because you know what? This is my sole purpose. So wherever this brings me is where I have to go. But Mark, I am almost there. It took me 1.5 years to hit 1,000, another year to hit 2,000, another year to hit 3,000, and now like 3 months, I'm almost at 5. I'm good with that. Yeah, Nutslap. I was about to say that and then got distracted and started saying something else. All right. I'm sorry, Stephen. Who's the first timestamp?
Well, are you doing KC?
I'm doing KC, Lotus Girl, Ashley, and Heather. So whatever order you want to put them in.
Just go ahead and go right down that order. KC first.
For KC, I'm using the Human Spirit. Yeah, Donna, you got the most positive card of the night. Before I was crying and it was not low energy though. It was very positive energy. I was just trying to tell everyone and myself too, that we need to give ourselves the grace we immediately give everyone else as light workers. If someone called me crying with the problems that I've been crying about, I would be so much kinder to them than I am to myself. And we need to start doing that. I don't want to think anymore. Am I a loser? Am I a failure? Is what I'm doing stupid and immature and childish? Do I need to get a real job? Am I too old to be dressing the way that I do? Squeezing my 41-year-old body into, this is the stuff that I'm told that I'm doing and that I am. And I question it. But I feel like if some of y'all told me that, I would be like, what? No, Mark, yes. Yeah, there was some positivity. I'm just saying, oh my gosh, Batmom, no. Okay. So one more thing before I do KC. I have this friend. His name is Camelo. And he, in my old life, my addiction, I called it my old life. He was a really, really close friend. One time we were doing what we did, using, and he went to put Visine in his eyes, and he put chemical jewelry cleaner. And now, ever since, his one eye is all white. He can't see out of it. It's so bad. Oh, thank you, Mike. I think it's my Native American blood. I showed y'all pictures of my daughter. She's no joke. I feel bad for the guy who ends up with her because she is so gorgeous. And she's still at that age where she's like very princessy. So, and she's gorgeous. And the thing is, she knows it. So I
feel
don't
bad
want her
for him too because of
I
Damien.
don't want her. Yeah, I don't want her to be. Oh, because of Damien. Yeah, and Kyle. I don't want her to be that girl, but I feel like she might be for a little bit. 10 years older. All you guys have such young energy. I never believe it when you tell me how old you are. Yeah, Joey, I hope you do. We're here every week. There's almost never a change. I think in 4 years, I've been doing the stream 3 years. I think we missed 4 shows. Maybe. All right, let's do timestamps. Miss KC. Broken open in the upright position. Joey, it's so good to have you. Welcome. If you ever want a card, just let me know. It's really not a problem. It's literally why I'm here. KC, you must have some cracks to let the light shine through. Have you been through something that tore you into pieces, that broke you down to nothing? When we break, it makes space for growth. Like a dense forest, there can be no sun for new growth. But when one tree falls or breaks, it allows the warming sun to penetrate the canopy and feed the roots. You've been through enough. It's time to feed your roots and step into the sun. Remember that sometimes you must tear something down to rebuild a better home. The same is true for us. If we have been through life-shattering events, do not get stuck in the ruins of what was. Instead, build a fabulous new dwelling. Never underestimate the curb, K-E-R-B, appeal of a renovated home. I don't know what that means. Curb, K-E-R-B. Let's look it up. Because I pulled this card last week for someone too. Oh, okay. It's just, it means curb appeal, like we think of it when we buy a house, but it's actually same thing, just spelled differently. Have a great weekend. All right, Miss Casey, I think you already know this, and I know that you've stepped into this energy already of whatever will be, and you're just kind of doing your own thing. You're not allowing yourself to be manipulated or controlled, even if it's hard moving out of that space with certain people and or in certain situations. So Casey, what I keep seeing is just like your soul pieces are coming back. The brokenness is healing. It's being mended. And while it will always look a little bit different than it did in the beginning, it's still the same. It's still the same you. Please don't allow, and I said this to someone before, in the next week or two, for some reason, I'm getting this for you. Don't allow anyone to use your past against you. Your past being an hour ago. Like, what's done is done. And if you owe someone an apology, if you think you owe someone an apology, not if someone else thinks, if you think, then give it and move on. And if they can't move on, then it's good riddance to bad rubbish, right? Girl, bye, boy, bye, 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 as I always say. Casey, I just see you doing such big things. When I read for you lately, I've been reading for you for as long as I've been reading, like 3.5 years, every single month, like clockwork. I see you now standing in your power and just allowing things to happen as they may, and taking things as they come, and noticing that things are getting better and better and better because you're manifesting better, because of your radical acceptance and your self-awareness and self-forgiveness. Who's next? Lotus? I'm using Radiant Sun for Lotus. I think I used this deck last week for her, but I don't choose. Good night, Mark. Thank you for being you. Tennille, this is Mars in Cancer. My Mars is in Aries. I think it's Mars. Yeah, that's Mars. The little arrow. It's the card of quarrel. Oh, Joey, thank you so much for that. Mark, hail to the Queen of Gemstones. I love you so much for that. Whenever you say that, I love it. I really do. Joey said, I got a very accurate read about 2 weeks ago. You kind of put my head into high alert regarding the relapse, which thankfully didn't happen. But what you said recalibrated me. Thank you. That is literally why I do this stream. Thank you. I appreciate you for the validation. Yeah, it's Friday. I know, right? Ever since my little guy doesn't go to school now for the summer, I don't even know what day it is. My mom called me on Tuesday and she's like, we'll go to the mall with little man on Thursday. I'm like, well, that's tomorrow. Like, I don't even know what day it is. Lotus, Mars Cancerians most enjoy spending energy and being active around the home or in a family type business. However, the bossy nature of Mars cannot resist the temptation to take over and run things. In a family situation, this often leads to interminable and highly emotional disputes and arguments. This gentle sign of Cancer is not the most comfortable place to find pushy, aggressive Mars, and this card can indicate domestic upheaval. Mars acts immediately, and in the close atmosphere of home life, this causes much combative argument. When this card is selected, it usually shows that all is not well in your family nest. A continuing family row, a family estrangement, fighting over an inheritance, a divorce, or a problem involving custody. This is a problem with your business. I feel, Lotus, like both of you are physically dealing with a lot right now, and I love Porky Pie, so please don't take this the wrong way. I'm only the messenger. I feel like you're being given way more than like your fair share of the work to do, even though you're almost just as sick or as sick physically. Whether you're physically ill or not, you're dealing with a lot emotionally. You're dealing with a lot on the outside of the business. I do see quarreling probably between your children. You're going to have to get involved. But here's the thing. The universe is saying, like, do you really want to? Is it really necessary that you get involved again? Or should you see how they work it out themselves? If this isn't your children, whoever this is. Thirdly, do not get pulled into other people's drama. This could be your family or friends of your family that you're very close to. I feel like, for example, your best friend is divorcing her husband because he cheated, but he's coming to you telling you that she cheated too. Like, somebody, they're all trying to drag you into their mess. Tennille, you have to just learn how to say no. No is a complete sentence. That is it. Do not take sides. Do not referee. If you do, you do. But the cards, as far as the business goes, I feel like there's a decision that has to be made with the company. It's going, I feel like it's just the beginning stages of you and Porky Pie realizing that something needs to change in the area of the business you run due to things that are going on. Maybe you can't keep up with a certain area of it. Maybe, you just don't want to do it anymore. You are not in your power, because your power is starting that business you wanted to start and has nothing to do with towing, hillbilly towing. I feel like that is going to be a point of contention. You're always going to have that contempt there, whether you're acting upon it or not, because you are not following your dreams. You're helping everyone else. No is a complete sentence, particularly in the next 2 weeks. Hilton, I almost called you Whittlewood. Hilton Whittlewood. I guess it'd be the same thing. Who is next?
Well, Ashley lost power, but she is back. So go ahead and do her and get her out of the way.
All right, girl. I'm glad you got your power back. That is the worst. I'd rather have a toothache than no power.
I'll send you a picture of the rainbow she sent.
RJ and Ray, I think it was either last week or 2 weeks ago, they were out on a Friday night or a Sunday, because he takes them on Friday night so I can stream, and Sundays all day. They saw a double rainbow, and they took a picture of it. All right, Ashley, I'm using the witching hour. You guys are amazing. Thank you all for bringing me up. Yeah, nut slap, it's not a big deal. I'm high maintenance. I expect too much. I've lived worse. Remember who I was 7 years ago. Ron Forrest! Yes, you sure can. We're about to end, but I'll let it slide because it's you. After that, though, no more. Ron, what's your friend's name and are they here? Wink, wink, nut slap. Miss Ashley, you got Witch of the Woods, the card of retreats, card number 38. Retreats, rest, commune with nature, and solitude. Ashley, I don't know for sure, but I don't think this is the first card I've pulled for you recently where it's telling you you need to commune with nature, you need to ground, you need to connect yourself. Now, for Christmas, Darling Deb got me a grounding mat. What it is, it's usually a black mat. It's however long you want it to be. They're small. Like the bigger they are, the more they're cost, but they're not costly. And the little plug plugs into, you know how when you have a 3-pronged outlet, the little plug plugs into that upper 3rd prong. It connects to the electricity, which connects to inside the ground. So while I'm sitting here, if you ever see me sitting here filming a video, filming a short, doing the live streams, my bare feet are always on the grounding mat because I am not one for nature. All right, Kelly, I got you next. I would suggest, if at all possible, to invest in one. You are being called to ground for some reason. It's been over and over again in your readings, this natural connection that you're missing. The Witch of the Woods is connected to the hermit, connected to nature in a way most modern people will never be. The seasons are her calendar and the sun and moon her clocks. The animals are her companions and guides. The Witch of the Woods doesn't speak to many people, but has come to you to guide you to disconnect from material pursuits in favor of exploring a more spiritual and earth-centric life. Spend time in nature, take a solo trip, and, where possible, shed the hustle and bustle of daily city stress. Alone time would be beneficial for you right now. It'll give you the space you need to find the clarity you're seeking. Let me pull another one, see if it matches. Nope. I keep pulling up the Witch's Brew card, though. Pay attention to the cycles happening in your life. Are you repeating the same cycle over and over and over again? And how can you break free from that monotony? Okay. And end of the first snow always makes me want to use. Always. The change of the seasons, the first week, I am a mess. Ask Ghost Dragons, a mess. All right. Ashley, I feel like you are now very aware of a repeating cycle in your life. And you're not quite at the point where you know what to do about it, or you're ready to break the cycle or do something about it, but you're becoming aware that something isn't right, that you are either being, told lies, or, I feel like deep down inside, that someone is not being honest. And it's like a repeat cycle. So even if it's just people being dishonest with you, it's like you're constantly the one that is the giver, almost never the receiver, even if it's spiritual reciprocity. The universe is saying, just like I told Smoochie, you need to take a time out. It doesn't matter who needs you. It doesn't matter what your schedule is. And I know that's crazy to say. You have kids. I'm not saying neglect your kids. What I'm saying is, can you find 20 minutes a day to do yoga, to listen to a meditation, to watch funny videos? You need time to process your life and the decisions that you're making, because I feel like you're so on autopilot that you're just going, press, do not pass go, do not pass $200, go, 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 go. And you don't even know the meaning of what you're doing anymore. If you can get outside and even just go for a walk in a safe place, no earbuds or anything like that, walk slowly and just listen. And I feel like downloads about situations coming in, you're missing them. This is the only way you're going to get them, is by being outside with nature. And I don't like saying that because I have no earth at all in my chart. My black moon Lilith, but that doesn't count as in the chart. I do not like being outside. I hate it. But sometimes I need fresh air, right? Ashley, please, I know, yeah, good. Please do that. But please go outside, even if you just put your bare feet on, your front little strip of lawn. there are messages and downloads coming in for you that you're not getting. And I feel like someone close to you is lying to you, and you may not even be intuitively aware of it. I don't want it to shock you when it comes out. All right, Kelly.
I was just going to say, so, and Black Dragon.
What's up? I'm just trying to see. Kelly, I'm going to use the Quantum Oracle. I don't know. Like, I used to always be barefoot, but now I'm. If you have an intuitive hit that someone's lying, baby girl, they are. I don't want to say that to you, but it's true. I mean, we're at this phase now. Like, we know. We always knew. We never said anything. We hoped it wasn't true. We tried to change reality. Now it's just time to face up to it. If you feel it, it's happening. I say that very, very confidently. Lying by omission is lying too. All right, Miss Kelly. You got the 2 of Consciousness, Present Power, card number 2. All right. You got it in the upright. Strength in the here and now. A man stands on a pedestal holding a chain in each hand. The chain in his left hand represents the past and holds a powerful lion. The chain in his right represents the future and holds a tiger. The beasts are quiet and the man is the one in control. Thoughts about the past and worries about the future can neither run away with him nor consume him. This card is letting you know, Kelly, that you have significant power right now, and there's some present issue that will benefit greatly from your attention. If there's a matter to be resolved, a project to be finished, or a decision to be made, now is the time to prioritize it. You're in a position of strength, so keep your thoughts focused on the issue at hand and be ready to take action. Joyous opportunities are opening up for you at this time. You are now capable of taming the rampant, fragmented energy in your life by staying strong in the current moment. The past is over, and the future will bring beautiful blessings as long as you continue to be conscious of your power in the present. So definitely do not want to be procrastinating. I do feel like there is a decision here that needs to be made, but like you're going back and forth with it. You know deep down inside what you should do, like what the right thing to do is here, what you would tell your daughter to do. I don't know if you have a daughter. I'm just using that as an example. Think about the person you love most in the world. What advice would you give them in this situation? Then take that advice. The problem is you don't have an unbiased glance. You're looking at it from your own viewpoint. Now, the universe is saying you already know what to do. You already know what the decision is, but you don't want to do it. You don't want to make this decision for some reason. You don't want to break this relationship or leave this job or whatever it is. And the universe is saying the longer you procrastinate, the more it's going to catch up with you, the harder it's going to become. In the next week or two, the universe expects you to make this decision. If you don't, like I told Nutslap earlier, I don't know if you were here, not making a decision is making a decision. It's deciding not to. So the universe is going to decide for you, move your chess pieces of your life around, and put you in the hardest possible situation so you can relearn the lesson you should have already learned and been able to make the right decision. Please stop procrastinating. You know what you have to do. Also, if you're asked to get involved in someone else's stuff, their mess, their drama, whatever, I actually see you getting involved and helping. Because when it comes to helping other people make decisions and move in life, you are amazing. When it comes to doing it yourself, not so much. And that's what the universe is trying to get to you, trying to change. Thank you, Ron. I'll tell you what, the next month or two is like major decision making for so many of us. We just have to get off our horses and go. We have to stop procrastinating, get out of our comfortability in the toxic. If you're comfortable in abuse, you still know the abuse is wrong and you should go, but it's like, now I got to find a house. Now I got to deal with that. I would just stay here and be abused. That is ridiculous, but so many of us do it. I'm not saying that you, Kelly, specifically. I'm just saying as an example in general. You know you're at a job where your boss is an abusive jerk and you're never going to get a raise, but you're already there. You know, now you got to put out a resume. Who wants to go through all that? You should, because you know where you're wrong. And I'm not judging or indicting because I'm similarly dealing with a lot of the same stuff. Who's next?
Well, actually, you only have one other B for the timestamp. Black Dragon, do you want a reading? Sir? Answer now.
Black Dragon, if you want a reading, let us know. I'm going to read for Heather.
Okay, sounds awesome.
Heather B, I'm using Black Moon Lilith. All right, Black Dragon, you'll be last. This is Heather. Ron, did you want one while I'm at it? Guys, everybody, if you can, donate to PayPal or Cash App so I get the money right away and YouTube doesn't take 49%. If you can donate. If you can't, don't worry about it. Heather B, you got Black Moon Lilith in Aries. Lead your life. Card number 1. Boing, boing, boing. Heather, when this card appears, the universe is calling for you to embrace your desires, set your boundaries, and learn to say no. You may feel like you need to take on the world by yourself, rejecting support from others for fear of appearing weak. This can leave you feeling depleted. The lesson here is that you can both lead others and rely on them for support. The first step is to change your belief around independence. Aries is the masculine first sign of the zodiac, ruling over the self, identity, and personality. Symbolized by the ram, it's an energetic fire sign that prefers to blaze its own trail. I'm an Aries rising, I get it. When Black Moon Lilith is here, you can feel forced into the role of having to do everything on your own, or your desire and natural tendency towards independence can trigger others. The mother may have had to lean heavily on their masculine energy to support the family. Singer Billie Holiday was a natal Black Moon Lilith in Aries with a teen single mother and an absent father. This can be an inherited pattern of self-reliance and fear of support from others that can leave you, Heather, feeling unfulfilled. Accepting support is healthy and will help lift energetic burdens. Once you accept support, the universe will manifest more people who want to give you support. You are opening your divine feminine container to receive abundance. Release the shame around who you are. It's time to embrace the fire that burns within you. Mike J, behold. Mike J has left the building. Have a great night, sweetheart. I'll see you next week. Heather. I feel like you have a lot of people around you that you just don't trust to help you. There are people, though. I can't say there is one person. I feel like you just have to let your pride go. Ego is edging God out, and this isn't judgmental. You've been trained to take care of everything yourself because you've never had anyone. And I feel like there's one person that said they were going to support you and they completely let you down. So now you don't want to ask anyone else for help. Here's the thing. Stop taking the abuse with you. You are worthy. Normal human beings do deserve help. I had someone tell my sister and my niece that I don't want to be a real mother because I didn't want to stay in the house with a 2-year-old 24/7 with no car, no cell phone, no money, no sidewalks, and no public transportation. A normal stay-at-home mom is home until like 6 p.m. Right? So you can't take that with you. You have to understand that things that were said to you in the past don't define who you are. They never did, and they can't now. You're another one I'm seeing with a really, really important decision coming up in the next couple of weeks. You have to do what you have to do. Don't make the decision without asking someone you trust for their input, okay? I feel like that is going to be the pin, that it's going to be the information you needed. Somebody has extra information that you're not aware of, and you could end up making the wrong decision. I feel like you're drawn to this one person. You want to ask them about it, but maybe you're ashamed or afraid to tell them what's really going on with you. So they can't give you advice because they can't give you advice because you're not telling them the whole story. Stop holding on to shame of how you're being treated. That's the other person's shame. Talk about it with at least one person you trust. Get all of the information and make your decisions from there. Okay, I'm going to do one for Ron, Black Dragon, and then we're done. Donna Bettis, I'm so sorry. Donna B. It is like being trapped in a cage and having no wings at the same time. So you can't even fly around the cage. All right, Ron Forrest Jr., we're using the I almost said the salmon's dream. The shaman's dream. Black Dragon, I'm doing you last because I know you always like to be last. So no shade. Always self-conscious. Is the person going to say something about what I'm wearing? Is the person going to not like what I say? Are they going to think I'm stupid? Are they did I cook the food the right way? Are they going to give me a thank you tonight? The breadcrumbing. Making you question your own reality all the time. Did I say that? Didn't they say that? Am I crazy? Salmon dream too. Yeah, there probably is a deck called that. Ron, always just be respectful. Talk out loud if you feel like you're being watched or followed. Speak out loud your presence. Speak out loud that you mean no harm. Things like that. Do not, guys, this goes for all of you. If you're out in the woods on an adventure or just a hike, a day hike, or just walking through, if you feel uncomfortable, start speaking. Spirit can hear you. Entities can hear you. And the interdimensionals that roam the woods will normally leave you alone. If you're there looking for something creepy or looking for something, you're probably going to find it and worse. So Ron, while you know the place is considered to be cursed, don't go in there with an attitude of fear. Go in there just going, just exploring, and speak your peace and your presence out into the open. You should be okay. If you're a religious person or if you just believe in prayer, definitely pray. All right, let's get done here. Card number 43 is the card of overflow, overwhelm, and plenty. Card number 43. Black Dragon, I can never hate you, honey. You guys are my family. All right, Ron. So many good things are headed your way or are already occurring in your life right now, yet you may be thinking that they're not possible or that you're not worthy of them. Abundance is everyone's natural state before we project our restrictions on it, defining what it means, who has it, who gets it, and so forth. Right now, take yourself out of your conditioning and look at your life through the eyes of plenty. There is so much beauty and love there. Opportunities and divine synchronicities destined to support your dreams abound and are lined up for you. Yet it's sometimes difficult to discern it all because you're bombarded with too much information and stimulation, distracting you from the truth that all is well. Sometimes all this overflow can be overwhelming, and you may find yourself responding with empathy overload. Empathy overload occurs when you tune into the collective angst and fear about impending changes and uncertainties. In this way, you know that you are a conduit for life's blessings and can share them with others, making this perception of overflow profoundly positive. So you have to definitely start taking a step back and looking at your life through an unbiased lens. I feel like, yes, things are going wrong. Some things are terrible. They're heartbreaking. We all go through this pain. But Ron, at the end of the day, if you start counting your blessings, the universe is going to see that you're approaching it. You're approaching life with a mindset of abundance and not one of lack. Instead of focusing on, for example, that you never have any money and you're broke, focus on, you're building. I'm using myself as an example. Focus on the empire you're trying to build, on where you see yourself in 10 years. I see myself in a beach house running a spiritual retreat, playing on the beach with my kids and having you guys over for dinner, right? Barbecuing on the beach and bonfires. I take 3 minutes a day to sit, close my eyes, and feel the happiness and love and amazingness that that's going to be. And I let it overwhelm me. And then once I do that, it's like my energy is shifted. Now I see the pleasantness of my beautiful home and my gorgeous kid and my kids and the work that I'm doing here, whether I get paid for it or I don't. If something comes to you in the next week or two and you feel like it's something really, really bad, take a step back, maybe even ask someone else. You're viewing it through the wrong lens. What seems to be like it's going to tear something apart is actually the blessing you've been waiting for all along. Black Dragon, we're using the magic of you. The salmon of knowledge is an old Irish folklore tale. Fionn Mucciel burned his thumb when he was cooking, said fish he caught, can't really remember, but he got smart or something like that. Yeah, and I love you, honey. So I know in America, I always looked at weird laws that are still in effect. and I believe it's New Jersey, but I'm not sure. There's a law that it's illegal to act suspiciously with a salmon in public. In New Jersey, it's technically illegal to get drunk in your own home with your wife. It's illegal to go to the ice cream shop after 6 p.m. And it's illegal to slurp your soup on Sunday. Facts. I think after this, if I have enough time, I'm going to film a short on strange laws in each state. I'll start off with the A's. All right, Black Dragon, let's do this. Yeah, I know. And New Jersey has the most diners of anywhere in the country. So I can see like it being illegal to slurp your soup because soup in diners. Black Dragon, you got Lavaria. Let love grow. Card number 14. Lavaria appears when a healthy expression of love has turned into an obsession with love, or more specifically, an idea that is not love. The skeletons of your expectations are limiting your experiences of love. Release your attachment to what was and let a new concept of love evolve in your heart and mind. Black Dragon, the embrace appears tender between the lovers, but they are bound by vines and trap each other in a fixed expression that cannot grow. Whether you are in an intimate relationship or not, whether you have a family or not, whether you have friends or not, it's time to rethink what love is in your life and how you express it, and as such, how you experience it. Be courageous. If you want someone loving and kind, you must be kind and loving. If you want someone who is secure in themselves and wants healthy, positive commitment, then you must embody those qualities as well. Lavaria is the soulmate card when drawn with the witch card. We don't have other cards. If you are wondering if the object of your desire is the best reflection of you, the witch says it is. And that can be anything you desire to experience love with. Lover, job, home, holiday, animal companion. Black Dragons, you have something coming in, right? Black Dragon, I think we all are. You have something really great coming in. And I don't know if it's romantic love or like the rekindling of a love, but I feel like it's something that's really going to build you up. It's going to be life-changing. I would give it 3 months. By the end of 3 months, you are going to have a change in one area of your life that is so drastic and dramatic. Here's how you do it. You fake it till you make it. Walk around as though you already have what you want. So when I'm with my family, sometimes I'll sign autographs or I'll sign books because, you know, they're like, you're going to be famous one day. You know, they want to support me. And I feel kind of silly, but then I don't, because it makes me feel good. It puts me in that mode of where I want to be. I want to be recognized and noticed for the work that I'm doing. That's kind of what it is. Like, go around as if you already have whatever this is, and the universe will give it to you. And this is true for everybody. This is like, I'm glad this card was last because it's the epitome of what we've been talking about tonight. Act as if, and it shall be. Guys, I gotta go. I love you all so, so, so much, right? How do you act suspiciously with a salmon anyway? So until I find care for my son, or until September 3rd when he goes back to school, we will be having one video upload every Thursday morning. Once he starts school, I will be doing the same thing. The 2 videos Monday at 11 and 12 with the members, everything. I will do as much short form content as possible. If you don't like shorts, you can just go to my channel and watch mine. All you have to do is watch for 2 seconds and scroll, and it counts as a view. Guys, I'm begging you. That is where my money is coming from, especially when I can't put out as much content. If you're willing to go on TikTok, it's Gemma Jade YT. I will keep it coming, guys. I love you all so much. I want to do my best for you. Please don't forget to donate if you want a personal intuitive oracle reading, general, remote, or video chat. I do charge for them, but I'll work with you. All right? Let me make a living. I love you guys. I will see you live on next Friday. All right. Bye.